Am I on YouTube? Am I on YouTube? Am I on YouTube? Another early morning. Good morning. This is JLJ this morning. I'm going to come on again, say hi to you guys. My screens are on. We have lots to talk about. We have lots to talk about. LOTTS. Lots to talk about. Doing this stuff first. Set the monetization up so I get paid for this shit. Good morning, everybody. It's the first day of winter, I believe. Yeah, first day of winter. So it's cold here in LA, but it's the sun's trying to come out. We had rain yesterday, which was great, but now the sun's coming out. Let's see who's up with me this morning. I'm on earlier than I normally am. I'm trying to really hit the JLJ this morning part. You can watch later if you don't see this. There's so many things to talk about this morning. I have my coffee. My coffee. It's good. I have two shows out today. I'll talk about the daytime Emmys. Taraji P. Henson's videos going around. Juggling and Aiden is gay on General Hospital. So a bunch of that, and it's just life. Christmas is coming up in a few days, and all kinds of stuff going on. I got shaving. I just bought some shaving cream. My hair is like just all over the place right now. It's first thing in the morning. We're waking up. We're having our coffee. Planes are flying over me right now. They're flying the opposite, and I just always like it's so loud for me. As the planes come in, I don't hear them. I see them, I don't hear them. But now I'm hearing them fly over my house. So that kind of bugs. That's what they do. And I just know it's time. And we don't get rain very often, so I'm happy for the rain. Happy for the rain. What's going on there? Also, if you are around tomorrow, you can still sign up for, excuse me, we're doing a little happy hour on Friday. We have some people coming. It's just like if you have nothing else to do and you want to be around some people for the holidays, we are here. I may come on live Christmas Day. Who knows? I'm not doing. This is not. Even though I have the Christmas behind me and I've been decorating for Christmas, it's not going to be a Christmas of any kind of note for me this year. Just I don't know. This is just another rough Christmas for us, for my family. So Christmas Eve I have plans, but I have plans Saturday and Sunday, but Monday I don't. So Monday I may come on. Who knows? And talk to you guys. But yeah, so tomorrow at 5, we're a little jolly happy hour. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. We talk about everything. And if you guys want to join us, you can still sign up for it. Good morning, Matt Litchfield. This mug is huge. I'm like cheese and crackers. Just so you know that. Um, and it's just not the happiest time for my family. So we're just making there. Good morning, beautiful ashes. Actually, it was funny. Your tree is similar to my tree in the back of my cup. It's like similar. The back of the cup. Front says Winter Wonderland. So I mean, I have all the trappings of Christmas behind me. But you know, we're feeling we're all my whole family. We're just not Everybody's feeling what they're feeling. So for various reasons, I want to thank everybody. I posted this on Twitter. I had found Sober Weekly, the Guiding Light, when it got canceled. It's at over 6,000 views. I can't believe it. Good morning, Tracy. So thank you, I guess. Everybody, people have been commenting on it. Oh my goodness. I had no I had because Ken's like, just post it, see what happens. I was gonna give it to her, she already has it. And so I posted it and got so much attention. So it was kind of like, wow, it's kind of crazy. But yes, we are trying to get through this holiday season. It's our first without Moses. I miss my brother, of course. I have two shows out today. So me and Flobo was shot today in between pages where I talk about my Christmas album. Now you're gonna see me crying on it. Because even though I knew I wrote a song about my brother called Another Christmas Without You. And I knew we were going to talk about it, of course. It's the second song on the album. And I know to talk about it. But I guess, grief is grief. So you'll be seeing me crying on that. But it's a good show. It's out today in between the pages. And then I have a show with my friend Ed Gage. We talk about Star Wars. Called Darth Vader's Your Father. We did video and audio this time. And he was in The Mandalorian season 1. So 2 interview things with me out now. You check those out. They're out today. They're both good. I just want to warn you. One, I'm crying, and one, get very emotional for me. So, and that's where I'm at these days. I'm very emotional these days. That's where I'm at these days. So that's kind of how that is. And so we're trying to get through this holiday season. And I know some of you guys out there know what it feels like. I know I'm not the only person in the world going through stuff or missing somebody or whatever, but I have no, so nobody asked me what to do for Christmas because I'm not seeing family. I have no big plans, nothing. I sent the presents out to my kids and grandkids the other day. We'll try to see them in January sometime. But no, I haven't had a good Christmas in 5 years. So hopefully next year will be different. Hopefully next year, 2024, hopefully that'll be a very different Christmas. But I know some of you guys do understand what it's like. So, and I've been very transparent this year. I'm done with just saying I'm okay or saying I'm fine. I made people know I'm not okay. I'm not fine, and so and it makes some people uncomfortable. I understand, but I am telling the truth and shaming the devil this year. And speaking of that, if you ever watched I know it says 2 hours. It was a 2 hour live show, but my daytime Emmy specials, you should listen to it or watch it. Tea is spilt all over the 2 hours. I mean, it's worth the 2 hours. Put it on, have a seat, have some soup or whatever, sit down, coffee, and it's good. I tell everything again. I'm not holding back. Walker went to the award show and told the spilled tea there. I talk about my feelings and why I did not go. I wanted one place to just have it and go, okay, here's my official statement. As many of you guys know, I did not go to the Emmys. I did not explain why I didn't go anywhere else. I did it on there first. So I say watch it. I can just tell you guys here now, I thought I was mistreated in many ways by the Emmys. So that's why I did not go. But I go into more detail on that show. So I have all these shows for you guys to watch and some good content there. And you guys, I know some of you guys like tea. I know some of you guys in chat like tea, but I suggest watching those or listening. They're also on audio. You can put them in your ear and move about your business, and then you can hear what I'm saying. But I do spill it. I tell like it is. I'm this year and going to next year. I'll be 55 years old next year in 6 months, and I'm just like I'm done. I'm done with just pussy splitting, and I put a smile on my face every day already. In just my life, I have to help people out and do what I gotta do. But I'm just after that, I'm like, man. After all that, I'm also just going to like it is. So that's just how it works these days. So I think it's freeing for me. That's number one. But number two, the reaction I've gotten from many of you has been wonderful. I mean, a lot of you guys understand. A lot of you guys are going through similar stuff or have gone through something similar or have some feelings. Some of your people are, should you watch, we're human. So and watching Taraji P. Henson, I mean, you've seen the videos going around, her breaking down and how it's hard to make money in this business, to get respect in this business, especially if you're a Black woman or a Black man. It's hard to get respect in this business. And Tony and I and Flobo and a bunch of us Black creators taught it all the time. We feel like we prove ourselves all the time. They have to prove ourselves every single time. And it's tiring. I love this business, so I'm going to continue doing it, of course, because I want to stay in the business. And there are some folks who do see value in me and in my work. They see value in it, and I love them to pieces. So I focus with them. I have some great PR people I work with, and they're just always take care of me. And so I'm going to focus on them and say, thank you so much for you guys being you. But sometimes you feel like Naomi's made me feel that way. I feel like I'm like, you guys don't know who I am. And this is ridiculous because I have been around a long time. So I mean, I've put in. I believe in paying your dues. I believe in working your way up, and I feel like I did that. You enjoyed the Emmy recap? Yeah, you were on. Yeah, you're watching. Yeah, you're watching. Yeah, we talked about it, right? You were there. We talked about it. Talked it out, and we all we had a good time. We're a good team. Me, Candace, Mac, Jerry Waggett, and Walker Ragsdale. We always do this. We'll be back in 6 months or 5 months. We'll be back again. I just want to thank you guys for making these shows. You guys make them so huge for us. We're only like twice a year we come on, so we love it that you guys enjoy our team. And a shout out to Lucretia Lyon who did the first year. We love it. We love this genre. We love we want good content, folks. We don't want to have to be bitches, and we want to have good. We want good stuff. We appreciate this genre. We appreciate things going on. We do. We're lovers of it. So a lot, right? Also, General Hospital, I know online is going crazy. They made a character gay. He came out yesterday, and he's a teenager. So of course that's a big thing. And I'm just gonna say it's on my show here today, right now, on December 21st, 2023. There are gay teenagers. Um, as there are gay young adults and gay adults. They just are. So get over yourself. They are, and there always have been. There always will be. For those General Hospital fans who think it's disgusting and deviant, fuck you. This is not the nicest way I would say that. And I thought yesterday's episode was handled actually beautifully. It was very the script was very carefully, you could tell it's carefully written. The acting was great. I thought it was classy. I thought it was normalized. And in this day and age, what you see on screen on yesterday's episode is actually what happens more and more in real life, actually, these days. Um, yeah. So I thought it represents more of what actually does happen. I know a lot of families who accept their gay children and gay teenagers without major problem. So get over yourselves out there. It's happening. It's been happening. It's going to continue to happen. Um, and if you think it's a phase or whatever, just sit back and watch it. Just watch. Just support your child and see what happens with them. If they change their minds or whatever, it's like whatever. Just like we don't have. It's just all this hate and just negativity. It's not good, and I will never support that. I will go hard for that. I'm just tired of people just attacking marginalized groups. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. It's so predictable. Also, it's predictable. You went back in the archives on the Peter Bergman interview. Oh yeah, Peter Berg. Oh, that's a good. I got to interview Peter Bergman. He was the bomb. The bomb. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed it. My favorites. But yes, you don't have to be gay yourself or queer yourself. You don't even have to like it that much. But I mean, come on, folks. I've seen some horrific things written. You just like, but it's so. But to me, it's like, of course they were racist. I mean, sometimes I said sometimes online is very predictable, and I'm just over that. And all this mess with the Krista Allen just announced she's living in Georgia part time now or whatever, half time, and she's her life is she's moving right on with her life. Let the woman move on with her life. Let her have her life. Cheese and crackers, and get off of Catherine Kelly Lang. She had nothing to do with it. Get off of her cheese and crackers. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. It's a job like every other job on earth. It could be a whole multitude of things that went on behind the scenes. We have no idea. But um, Catherine Kelly Lang does not have that kind of clout to get somebody else fired. That's just I know that for sure. So that's especially for that show. That she doesn't have that. It's not like that. Now she does her job. She owns Ben Hart. That's what she has power over there. Oh, thank you, Janet Zach. I know you. Happy holidays to you. I am Capricorn Week. So I'll say thank you. I appreciate that. Um, most of us in this business, we are here and we get hired for things. We do the work like we're supposed to. Sometimes, I'm not saying in her case, I don't know what happened with Krista, but just anybody works on shows. Um, it could be budgetary reasons. It could be you don't get along with your boss. That happens to you. I mean, it does. It happens to you. It doesn't mean that person's bad person or that person's bad. Just sometimes people oil and water. Sometimes it's storyline dictated. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff. Lots of what goes on behind the scenes. Like these are jobs. This is a business. It's like any other business on earth. I know fans want to believe certain things. They do, and they think and they don't even work in the business or anything. They think they know all this stuff, and they don't even work in the business. They don't work in the business. They don't even live in Los Angeles, and they think they know everything about what's going on, and we don't. I work in a business. I don't know everything. So how are you gonna know something? I mean, we don't always know it. So I mean, and I'm friends with some people, so I know certain things actually, and I just can't share with you guys because I have friendships. But I have some things I do know, and I hear something, I go, "That's not even true." And I know you believe it to be true so hard, but it really isn't. Um, and the line blurring between character and actor for people, you can dislike a character. You can dislike a character. You can dislike it's okay. Doesn't mean the actor is bad. I was surprised. I thought they were going to that way when they brought in the baking story. Oh, so you go back. Okay, so I think the chats are slower sometimes. So back to Aiden. They teased it years ago. Remember, everybody. I mean, I'm surprised they come out sooner. But they teased it a long time ago. Now my issue is just more like, will they really do well with this story? Will they even show the story? Because they've erased most of the gay people on the show, i.e., Lucas and Felix and all that, and Brad. So I'm like, is this something that they're going to, work? Because they just started the Christina Blaze story, which is getting its own stuff too. But I was like, will they actually continue with this? And in a way that is respectful and works in a story. They teased this a long time ago. Um, so I'm like, okay. I was just like, oh, they're doing it today. Okay. I'm like, wow, okay. I was more like, oh, okay. You know, they're giving some of the younger actors something to do. I mean, the girl plays Charlotte. The whole Cassadine thing, I love it. I'm all in, all in. Laura's scared the fuck out. That's why, Laura, be scared. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I mean, I'm just like, if the story should be multi generational, and I just but I know it's easy to go online and write something nasty and say nasty things because you can. And of course, you won't. don't care. So, right, exactly. Oh, hi, Jason Jose. How are you? Happy Merry Christmas. Um, yes, exactly. So, I love it. So I don't know. I'm tired of people attacking stuff. James, you would know when they have him acting straight 2 years ago when the bacon reveal. Or did they? James, you would know when they have him acting strange 2 years ago. Was the bacon reveal a real story? Did they backtrack? Oh, that I don't. That I don't know. In this case, I don't know anything. General Hospital. I don't know a lot about General Hospital. They're very. They don't. They're not friendly to me. So they just. I don't. I'm not sure. But I just remember they just the storyline was going that direction, and then they stopped it. I have no idea why. In this case, I have no idea why. No, I just remember I'm saying, but I just remember a few while back he was like they were going that direction. But they've changed Aiden, so they've changed Aiden's, and all her boys are tall. I guess Elizabeth's just short, but all her boys are tall. So that's yes, that's that. So I guess I don't know. So that's excuse me. Hi, Mark J. Freeman. It's Lorraine Love. Hi, Lorraine Love. I know. I was using your card's right here. I just say I told my the other day. I go, I got a card for Mark J. Freeman. It's right here. It's sitting right here, right over here next to me. Right over here, Mark J. Freeman. I know we don't get to. I mean, you've been flying to Friendly Skies. I've been dealing with family crap. We haven't had a chance to catch up. And we got so much to catch up on, Mark J. Freeman. So much. But it's good now. If we catch up in early 2024, it's good because now for me, a lot of things have calmed down for me this year. But it's been one of the hardest years of my life. So but I'm coming out of it, hopefully. So this actually will be a good time to get there to actually catch up now. But yeah, I know I miss I miss my nephews, my little nephews, Winston I miss them. My little Scrabble twin. Them. So yeah, Baxter. So I miss them. You're in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Oh my God. I've never been to Grand Rapids. I've been to Michigan. I've never been to Grand Rapids. We're excited for you. My Aunt Faith asked about you, Mark J. Freeman. She sends her love. Eric's storyline is really dragging too long. Yeah, they're doing some stuff over there I'm not happy with at the moment. So I'm kind of mad at Bold and Beautiful right now. But yes. Um yes, Mark J. Freeman. Oh yes, please bring them. They'll love my garden. Oh my God, they'll love my yeah, please bring them. We'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Mark. I would love that. You haven't been to the house. You haven't been to the house in a while, so yeah. In the house in a while. Yeah, please, yeah, please. Oh, my little babies. Oh, I'd love to see them. I know she loves you too. She's like, I don't see my Mark on TV anymore. Like, he's flying to Friendly Sky. He's out there flying out there. So he's living his best life doing that, seeing the world. So yeah, so that's kind of fun. I say he's taking care of it. He's hanging in there. I see his stuff. Um, and everything. Taraji. Oh yes, the Taraji thing. Yes, it's people don't understand out there. I saw a friend of mine posted also a thing about minimum wage and fast food. Oh, yeah, they're healthy. Back in the day, Mark Freeman would come down for Aldi and wig shopping or whatever. That's right. That was the old days. Well, for Lorraine, something. Yes. Oh, that is so hilarious. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I actually miss your place too over there. Every time I'm in that neighborhood, I go, "Oh, Mark lives right over here." Um, no, I know, I really do. Beauty for Ashes, I really do agree with because I don't know if you're on that Zoom with me and Angela Ryan Duncan with Some Over News. No, the Monica thing, the Leslie Charleston thing is real. So and she's trying to be really careful. So it's actually a real story. So that's why Monica came back for a minute. So and they're getting older. Sometimes they don't want to be on as much anymore. So I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to do less and less. So yeah, it is. I think people think there's conspiracy, not you specifically, but I think people think there's more going on than there is. A lot of times, I should. Well, when are you taking your stuff down? Because I'm in your area. I'm actually in your area frequently. I take my stuff down like January 6th after date of Epiphany Day. So yeah, if you don't take it down, if you don't take it down next week or the week after, I can come the week after possibly and come by and see it. I know I just think people think there's more going on than there is. I think a lot of times it really is it is that. Everybody we all have our lives. It's really crazy. And especially for the older ones, some of them just really don't want to work as much. And some are. I mean, COVID's is still going rampant, here in LA. It's still happening. Um, so that the Leslie Charleston story is true, and so it's true. Yeah, no, it's I come on here and I've asked for money from you guys. I've come on here, I've had fraud. I've come on here. It's great. That's a new year. That's in the new year. I'll be fine, but probably won't. Okay, Mark. Okay, got it. Okay. It's when the strikes were going on, people don't understand. They see us on these shows, they think we're all just like made of money or whatever. I have because you think I'm rich. I'm like, I live in Los Angeles. Mark can tell you, I can tell you, we all know it's not cheap to live here. And there's times when you don't get paid what you're worth. To cover what you and I'm not about even living extravagantly or anything. It's just like just to live regularly in Los Angeles. And all over LA, all over Southern California, it's expensive. If you live in New York, it's expensive. Atlanta is expensive. It's expensive in places. So what Taraji was saying is, and what we were saying during the strikes, is like it's true. It's like um, you do a project, you may not get paid on it. You may get paid low on it. You may get paid high on it, but then there's taxes. There's like for me, I have a house, I have a mortgage, I have property tax, I have insurance. Like there's a lot that goes on that costs money. And people want their entertainment, right? They want their entertainment, and it's but people get a little the civilians out there get a little uppity, like, what are you talking about? But you want your TV show, you want your theater production, you want your concert, there are things you want them, and performers are getting their shit together so they can give you quality product. And Taraji P gives you quality product. You can go from Mark knows this, doing drag and stuff. I mean, there's a lot that goes into doing drag. There's a lot that goes into being a performer, to have the balls to go on stage and perform. And you want to get paid something that's worth something to do that. And I think we're forgetting that in certain marginalized groups, they're not getting paid what they're worth. They're not getting paid what they're worth. So I think and I think that people are starting to speak out on it. Monique spoke on it years ago and got blacklisted because she mentioned some big names. But now more people are coming out. Years ago, we all know years ago when that famous Behind the Music with TLC and Left Eye said, "Let me break this down. How we're the biggest selling girl group in the world and we made pennies on the dollar." And she broke that shit down. Prince was talking about that year about not only his masters and how they try to get you out. And he was about deals. He was like, "Oh, you think Mariah Carey's deal is great or Janet Jackson's deal is great?" And he broke it down for you. George Michael fighting against Sony. Michael Jackson fighting against Sony. Like, and you know what happened to all them? I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I love you too, Mark J. Freeman. Happy Merry Christmas. I'm gonna try to come by after the New Year. I mean, just so I can see you. Because I haven't been over your place in a while. I just want to see what it looks like. See what you did. Have a safe flights. Have safe flights. But I mean, you don't understand. It's like it's there's and when Taraji talks about also, she has a team. She has people to pay. She has folks she has to pay people. That ain't you don't pay their side. I tell them all the time when I hire folks for bigger organizing projects, I don't want to pay them just pittance. I want to pay them a good wage because they're going to do some hard work for me. I start at $25 an hour at the least and go higher. So I'm like, I want to make sure you're getting paid, I'm getting paid, the client gets what they want. Like, I'm not here to cheat anybody out. So I want to make sure everybody works. It's just tough. And I'm saying that I won't be a conspiracy theorist. Prince is dead. Michael's dead. George Michael is dead. David Bowie's dead. Tom Petty's dead. I'm just saying, folks speak out, and all of a sudden they're gone. That's just me. They first try to take them down, and then we'll see. And then you got folks, Diddy, who I'm actually crushed, Jason, because I was a huge Sean Combs fan business wise. Like I was a huge fan of his. And to find all this stuff business wise, he's horrible. His own people, and black folks will do their own people wrong sometimes, even more. That is horrible. I'm glad they're all speaking out. I'm glad. Well, it all comes out. Everything comes out in light, doesn't it? At some point, you can hide for a little bit, and but back to the other folks. They love you when you're on their side and dancing a jig for them. And then when you turn on them and start speaking some truth, suddenly they're gone. That's just me. That's just me. I'm saying that's just me. I don't know for sure. I don't know everything, but I do believe. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist person. However, comma, as my friend Tony Moore would say, shit's gone down. I do know some stuff about the business behind the scenes that would curl your hair. And I'm telling you, it's no coincidence what happened to them. And George Michael, gay man. Prince, black man. Michael, black man. Just saying. And I know some folks will go, James, that's the change, yeah, whatever. I'm like, you can't convince me otherwise. Sorry. So there's certain things I know to be true. And again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and just certain things I'm like, yeah, there's some things aren't coincidence. And there are truly evil people out there who are out to get people. So I'm like, Taylor Swift, watch out. You're a woman and you're changing the industry, and then they don't, this whole Taylor's versions, they're already trying to change the future. Like, nope. They're already trying to get it. They're like, she's too big. I was like, girl, watch out. They try to take down Garth Brooks. They try to take down Shania Twain. They got too big. They're changing the game. People don't like that. They like it at first because first everybody's getting paid. They're loving it. Blah blah. But after a while, they don't like it. That's what I'm saying. You'd be surprised some things. One day I write a book. There's some things that I was told I've been in business 17 years, and there were things that I was told to my face that I couldn't believe. And I know if I'm being told this, and I'm nobody. There's and they don't have just no shame. But back to Diddy for a second, that Jason and them bringing up and all that. Yeah, you do wrong to people. It comes out. It always comes out. May not come out tomorrow or the next day or whatever. I said I have nothing bad. I have nothing bad in my past like that. I try to treat everybody correctly. I have receipts of how I treat people in the business. That's why I'm well liked in the business. People talk about me very. I have a lot of people who are on my side because I try to live what I say. There's no reason to be evil and mean and rude to people. Exactly, Russell Simmons. Exactly. It comes out. Well, it does. It comes out. It comes out. And back to Taraji, just back to her. First she got flack about how she was trying to help her get her kid into school or whatever. It's like hello, this shit costs money. Have you guys seen daycare these days? They gotta have no kids right now. My grandkids daycare expensive. These schools, you got to find out which school is good, which school's not gonna beat your children while you're gone, or leave them in their diapers, and you got to first handle that. Plus, later on, the schools where basically school shootings are happening, it's like a war zone out there. Oh my god! So sometimes you're like, I gotta send these kids to a school that's not, that has all the amenities or whatever. Shit, that costs money. My daughter Monica, we chose to send her to a Christian school. After she graduated junior high, we're like, no, this bitch is going to a good school for high school. And she was on the cusp, and we're like, no, we're sending her. We had her mother and I and others paid for it. It was money. We worked very hard. I worked 2, 3 jobs. But I think this girl's going to a better school. We're working this shit out. It's not good. It's expensive out there. And in mine, we're talking 10, 15 years ago. Now's even more. And all these jobs that want to pay shit. Because I know in California they raised the minimum wage, I think $20 an hour or something like that, or 15. And there's a lot of jobs out there. Gen Z's like, I don't want them. I don't want to work at a fast food place, but they're paying very good actually, and they're trying to offer some benefits and shit. But there's people out there who are like, they're just flipping burgers for and that's all they're doing. Like, no, it's more. It's more. I've never worked fast food, but I have worked restaurant work. I worked retail. It's not just that simple. Everybody thinks it's just that simple. It's not. It's not that simple. It's a lot of hard work. Customer service is not easy work because you're dealing with customers of all kinds. You have no idea. Seriously, and the bosses you get, who gets in charge, your supervisor. It's a lot of times you are underpaid and overworked. And nowadays they ain't giving 40 hours a week anymore. I know a lot of people are working. They're barely getting 30 or 23. I'm telling you, but you want your fast food, you want your Del Taco, you want your Chick-fil-A, you want your McDonald's, you want to be able to have it ready for it when you want it. And you want your order correct, don't you? You want your sauces and shit, don't you? Well, it takes a lot of people to go in there and hi Pike Peak Entertainment. How are you? Merry Christmas. It's there's to talk shit about it. It's like, no, I applied to fast food places, they didn't hire me. They didn't want me. So I ended up working at record stores. Remember record stores? But I did work restaurant work. I was a busser. Then I became a waiter. I did all that. I did room service. I did catering. I've done bartending, catering. I've done retail. That's from watch stores to clothing stores as a merchandiser. I've done all those jobs, and some of them were fun. I had a good time. Some I was young and tender and bouncy. They worked with my schedules, but I was living off shit. And I worked hard to live off that. I mean, I worked a lot, worked hard on that, and it's hard work. It ain't easy, and I really get paid enough. Not back then. Well, I'm old, so not back then. $3.35 was the minimum wage in 1987. So when I first started doing that, but I mean, I was working hard. So whenever I go to retail stores or restaurants, I try to be as kind as possible because I know what you have to deal with on a regular basis. Now, I used to work one of the jobs. I used to work the breakfast shift. That's one of the most brutal ones because breakfast people are just waking up. They need their coffee. They want their eggs a certain way. It's not you have to be on your toes for breakfast. It's fun. I like the shift. I think better than dinner, and I didn't want to sit and talk to people. I want to just come in, get your stuff. I like the fast turnover tables. It's quick, but you have to be on your toes. But then I would work with some people who would do drugs so they could be awake, do speed and shit. So they're like just zooming around, and then I'm like doing their job because they think that they're moving around fast, but I'm the one doing the work. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened back in the day. And I have some funny, fun moments about that. I thought I had a picture. I don't have a picture over here, but I have one over here. That's hilarious. But it was hard work. It was hard work. It's hard honest work. Um, Grocery store attendants, checkers, it's hard work. And they go try to tell me, well, those jobs used to be just for college. Well, yes, dude, they were back in the day. But now there are people need these jobs for real. These are real jobs now. It's not just for for shits and giggles. These are real jobs. I say very chill restaurants right too. Well, me too. I don't. I want now. Trust me, I'm watching the waiters make sure they're doing their job. If they're not good, I don't tip well. But I don't go. I don't go into a restaurant demanding and just going, okay, serve me, bitch. No, I don't. I don't do that. I come with a positive attitude. I'm here to have some fun, get some food, yuck it up. Went to California Pizza Kitchen last night for a to go order, and the guy was so nice. Like we had a yuck that good time. The public school system means trade programs in high schools. I remember back. Well, I don't know how old you are, Pikes Peak. Back when I was in high school, they had that. We had a thing called Work Release Project. So, funny you bring this up, Pikes Peak. Here's a little piece of James L. Jr. history. Um, I had learned in high school I hated school. I was very smart. I was like, so what can you? They said, well, if you take all your classes and a lot of your stuff, like electives, early in ninth and 10th grade, your 11th, 12th grade would be easy. You could do just morning classes that required for that grade, and then work release, and you can learn a trade. So we have a place called SCROC, Southern California Occupational Regional Center. It partnered with our school system here in Los Angeles. It's over in Torrance. It's still there. And at 16 years old, I went and became a medical assistant. And by the time I graduated, I was a CNA. So I already left high school with a potential job. I went to nursing after that, but I was already had a job profession before I left high school if I wanted to. And that's what's so fun. It's like they used to have those kind of. They had metal, auto shop, all those. We had a whole everything. So here in Southern California, we had that. So I agree with you completely, Pikes Peak Entertainment. I think they should do it all. I think not everyone is built for college. But I think a trade or that's good. Learn a trade. I think that still can serve you. That's really good. And like mechanics, my brother-in-law's a mechanic or a tech, car tech, whatever. He makes good money. Good money. So plumbers, good money. I mean, like electricians, good. They make good money, folks. There's no joke. So I agree with you completely. So we had it at our school. Crystal Bush. I remember when I saved up for my first thousand while working for Way, really hard catching, but I here was the RTD, Rapid Transit District. I caught it, or we got cars, my family, we just worked it out. You didn't tell me, but I said your school. See, there you go. See, Jason knows that. Yes. Oh, I love that. Well, back when I was in high school, they used to teach you economics. They would teach you how to cook, clean. They would teach you how to balance your checkbook. This is back in the 80s. They don't do it anymore. That's out the window. So I agree with that. I think life skills is much more important than go to college and get a degree in liberal arts. I mean, exactly, Pikes Peak. Exactly. There you go. Yep. I mean, I don't know what years you went. I'm not gonna ask you your age or anything, but like I said, for me, I was in high school in the 80s, so we had the same. We had all that. So I don't know, kids. I mean, I just think it's we don't kids don't know how to do anything anymore. They just don't. And I should say this. I think college is great. I think college is great. If you can go there, you can make it work, and you have a specific thing, yes, you should go. But you shouldn't just go because everybody says you should go. But learn something. Don't just become an adult and don't do nothing. I say learn something at the very least. The very least. And it can take you somewhere. So whether it's medical or you said or television production or carpentry or mechanics, that stuff will serve you well anywhere. Music, arts, writing, all that stuff. See, when I was a kid, for me in high school, for me, I learned how to type on a typewriter. And my grandmother said, as long as you know how to type, you'll always have a job. That was back then, because she was like, you could be a secretary or data entry, one of the two, because computers were just coming out. And we're like, data entry for her was all like secretary for women, data entry for men, gender roles, whatever. But she was, I mean, her thinking was, know how to type. That's the future. Like that's the past and the future. And she was right. I can type really good, really well. And also, I learned dictation. I learned 10 key. I learned calligraphy. I took all kinds of little classes, whatever class I could take. And that was during high school. I took them. I'll take that. I'll take that. Oh, easily. I was like, whatever I could learn, I was like, I know I learned. I took cartography. I learned how to, I learned everything because it's like you just never know when you might use it. Oh, you're a year after me. I graduated 87. You graduated 88. Okay, so you're right. You're around my age. Okay, you know. Um, and I learned all that stuff. I learned shorthand. They had speed reading and all kinds of stuff in school. And so, then Crystal, back to you. For me, after I moved to San Francisco and I was living in New York too, we had subways, so that was always a thing. You taking subways everywhere. Subways and the buses and the autobuses. But anyway, so it's I just think that people, like I said, the strikes, that was kind of the first kind of let people know that people are fighting for their lives. We had a strike last year with our cafeteria people and bus drivers in LA, and I thought they were making money. They weren't. They're making less than 20,000 a year, and they couldn't get health insurance. It was like, what? I had no idea. They fought for it and got it. It was like, really? Like, oh my god, this is crazy. You're our bus drivers. We're putting our kids' lives in your hands. You're not paying them shit. Crazy, crazy. We have our school, because I was in the hood. We didn't have computer science yet in our school. I think it came after I left. We didn't have that yet. But I went to computer camp at and I was 14. We didn't have science yet at our school. But yeah, it's yeah, like folks. I feel like I'm on my high horse today. I don't mean to be on my high horse today, but I'm upset about a bunch of I'm upset about a bunch of stuff. Most stuff's bugging the shit out of me this morning, and I'm just like, it's all ridiculous. It's all ridiculous. It's like, first of all, where's the compassion? Like nobody has compassion anymore. It's just gone out the window. Where's common sense? Everybody thinks they have common sense. So you're like, well, where's the actual common sense? We're going to hell in a handbasket. There's so many different things being thrown around, and we're about to enter an election year. It's gonna be so messy. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to all the pamphlets and junk mail I'm gonna get. All the ads we're gonna see on TV. It's gonna be so just out of control. Out of control. I'm not looking forward to it. No. Who knows who our president will be next year, at the end of next year. That's going to be a long road to November. It's gonna be crazy. I'm scared to think what might happen. For my opinion, of course, I think if it happens, it won't be good. Who knows? I try to have faith in America, and I'm let down all the time. Let down most of the time. So I'm like, I don't want to be let down again. I don't. I want to have faith in humanity again. Every once in a blue moon, faith comes back, but it's just gonna be tough. My laundry smells really good right now. Oh my God, it smells this fabric. I was like, this fabric softener smells good. It smells good. I just washed this. I use Downy Calm, just so everybody knows what's going on. Hi to everyone watching this early this morning. It's 8:00 a.m. my time. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, which is the thumbs up. Feels really good right now. I have 2 likes and 20 folks watching. If you're talking to me in the chat, hit the thumbs up button. It helps me get stuff. Now I have 9 likes. Thank you. It helps me get my channel out there. Helps it get I get like notifications like quiet. It helps me get. Where's my chat? Why is it down there? My chat just moved. Okay, put it back up there. Okay, yeah, I'm like, why is it down there? There we go. It's just it helps me get my stuff out there more. So I decided to, as I said, please help me, help like me. Thank you. Yes, it's the thumbs up. I got 10. Good, we got 10 out of 19 people watching. So that's a little better. I was like, oh yeah, 2. What was going on? But yeah, if you're signed into the app, you can hit the thumbs up button. This helps me out a bit. And if you're not subscribed, but I think all you guys are subscribing to me, the subscribe button. Super chats are enabled. So far I've not made my quota for this month. I'm about $40 away from my quota for this month. I just looked. I'm like, dang it. I haven't been on as much because I've been so busy taking care of family stuff and whatever. So they're in there, they're enabled. Any amounts you want to give. Also, like I said, we have events. I have my New Year's Day event. Me and Flobo are going to do some fun and give out some prizes and talk. So if you're bored New Year's Day, come sign up for it. Come on, join us. Win some gifts. I sent out all the gifts to all the people who were owed gifts from the previous Zoom. So you get your gifts like Christmas right now. But yeah, join us for those. And I have a bunch of stuff happening in January. You can sign up anytime. And I got February out there too. So I'm working on March next. I got so many things happening in March. I got to figure that out. But sign up. Sign up. Oh, this is underneath the video, so you can sign up for all those. And I say again, tomorrow is our just jolly happy hour, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 Eastern. If you want to join us and have a little fun, we're here. Or if you want to donate to JLJ Media, of course, at all, because I can always use money for stuff. PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. Take all those. I do. Yeah, so we're working on. So right now, I have a couple more interviews that are coming out next week or so. No soap shows this weekend, of course, because it's Christmas or New Year's either. But we'll be back in mid-January talking stuff. But I'll be like, someone trying to come on here when I can, and I can talk about stuff, you guys. So, I mentioned I'm talking all this stuff that was. I'm like, text. I wrote down the list of what I want to talk this morning. I think I did. I talked about also, folks, if you haven't seen my video on YouTube or TikTok or wherever, I'm juggling. People are like, you can juggle. I always, it's one of my secret weapons that I don't talk about very often. I'm a juggler. I learned how to juggle when I was 9 years old, my cousin Lee, and I've kept it up this whole time. And I'm part of the International Juggling Association. I know famous jugglers around the world. We're friends. And one of them sent me his balls, juggling balls brand, and I haven't used them yet, but in his book, he's great. But it's I'm a juggler. It's something that I pull out when I need to for things. I have certain skills I can do that I don't talk about very often. It's good for the kids. The kids like it. My niece used to say, "Come juggle, James, juggle for me." So I used to juggle for them, and they loved it. I posted a video, and Flo was like, "This man really can juggle." I once juggled on one of these shows once. It's hard to do it sitting down. I did it once. He was like, "James is juggling." I'm like, "I was juggling." Who are upcoming interviews? Well, I have Brad Sanders replace Clarence again, but for a Wild Harmony Spotlight, they'll be out next week. And we have him coming up. I also have, like I said, today, me and Flobo are out today. Me and Ed Gage are out today. And I'm working on some others that I can't talk about yet. Working on some others. So some really good ones. Some of your favorite soap stars. I have some in the works. Right now, I think everything's shut down now because it's it's Christmas time, so we're shut down. But I have a group later today too at 5 o'clock. I have one at 5 o'clock later today too, a musical group. Now I'll be out by tomorrow. So, but yeah, I have some coming up. You guys, I mean, I'm in talks with some good people. You have to stay tuned. I can't give everything away. Just stay tuned. I think I talked about everything on that I want to talk about there. Okay. Okay. Well, I've been on an hour. Give me about an hour. Okay. Went by really fast. So I check in something. So what's going on, folks? What's going on out there? You can tell. I feel like I've been talking. You guys tell me what's going on. What's going on out there? Hi, Crystal. Good morning. I've been talking nonstop for the last hour. So, guys, what you guys want to tell me? What's going on? Oh, and someone disappointed me yesterday. So now I'm dealing with disappointment. All right, your second book. Oh, good. Very good, Crystal. Very good. 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 Yeah, I'm gonna start working on your book in early January. I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna work. So right now, I'm taking. I'm working on family stuff and taking care of stuff here, and then I will be. And then I will be. Start the planning of January and February and March, the first quarter. And your book is in that. Is that your book, Anthony's album, my next album? I have a bunch of things that I want to put out, and also the audio dramas. I have new audio dramas coming back, so I got that too. Hi, Tony JC. I've been on for an hour. I came on early. We already so what you guys have missed so far. We talked about Taraji P Henson. We talked about um, Aiden being gay on GH. We talked to and all the homophobes out there. We talked about the daytime Emmys, and I gave my explanations on the daytime show. Juggling. Me and Flobo have a new show out today, and I'm crying on it. I was very emotional. It's called In Between the Pages with DJ Flobito. So Tony, check that out. We talked about all kinds of just trade school stuff and college not for everybody, and we talked about conspiracies and we talked about them taking out Michael Jackson and Prince and all them. So we've had a this last hour we've had a really meaty conversation. Meaty conversation. I look back on it, I go, yeah. So if everybody, if you're just coming in now, watch and listen to the first hour. We had a lot. We talked about it, Tony. We kind of talked about it. Just it's hard out there for a pimp. Basically, what we talked about, just it's hard. I heard that thing around about money. Money is not as easy. Not for black women in the business, not for black men in the business. Everything. It's just that we're not getting paid. We're worth that whole thing. So I'm with her. You have teams behind. You got to pay them, and so it's just like she's. I think she's right about the business. She's telling people about the business. Oh, you watched? Oh, you watched? Your man. Yes, I got all emotional. Oh, you did? Okay, you watched. I give you 3 hours ahead of me. So yeah, you're 3 hours ahead of me. But yeah, it's tough out here. So we talk about all that. That's why I say Taraji is right. And when you have children and stuff, everything's expensive. Schools, clothes, any activities they do, um, transportation, daycare, whatever. It's expensive. Having kids aren't toys, folks. It's expensive to have children. It's always been something, but now I can imagine having kids now. I'm watching my daughters go through it, and they're going through it. So I'm like, ugh, it's a lot. So that's right. Taraji is right. And she's such a talented actress. I hope more. I mean, people like her and Viola Davis on them. Yeah. And some folks just will never get it. They don't, they will never get it. It's easy to sit at a keyboard and say nasty things, and it's easy. It's predictable to do that. It is predictable. We had good rain yesterday. Today is still overcast. It's supposed to rain again. We had a good rain. My garden is very happy. I can tell you that. So thank you, Los Angeles rain, finally for happening. Anyway, so yes, I'm checking some emails. I'm checking some emails, but they're coming on early. Yeah, they apparently did. They apparently did get hard up there. They had some flooding happening up there. I was talking to my buddy Anthony, who lives up there right now. He goes, "Yeah, I guess it's been raining hard up there." But it rains. But Northern California is different than Southern California. They get rain all the time. We don't get rain down here. They get it all the time. I used to live up there, and I'm like, oh, I remember that. I think it was the Bay Bridge where I saw it was flooding out. I'm like, yeah, those days. I do. I remember those days. But Southern California, nah. It's already starting to dry up already. But if I look outside, and there's some sun earlier. It's gone now. It's way over there in the corner, but it's overcast. So I guess we'll see what happens. I like the rain, so I like being out in it. It's fun. I had to find my umbrella. I'm like, where's my umbrella? I found it. Yes, Matt's on here. I guess what do I want for breakfast? I'm kind of hungry. Oh, I don't have milk. I was gonna have cereal. I have no milk. Like how did I run out of milk? I never run out of milk. So I can't make cereal. I was like, dang it. You know, so I'm about to order something to eat. I have my coffee. That's fine. Just did that. I have my applesauce somewhere. Where I put it. And I'm happy I never had kids, but I think it would be a great mom. Sure, you would have. Sure, I'm sure you put better than some of these other moms out there. Shit. Um, Having kids is such an interesting thing, and not having is an interesting thing. I know folks who don't want them. I know folks who don't regret not having them. I don't think you have to be a mom or a dad. I don't think you have to be. I was told you had to be. I mean, I was kind of following along, whatever. Um, but it's very interesting. It's a very interesting job, and it's the rest of your life. Like literally, it's the rest of your life. The rest of your life. And there's some pros and cons to that. So I'll be yesterday, James, did a mini grocery run, bought 2 loaves of bread on the counter, another in the freezer, but not in the fridge. I have no bread in my house. I mean, I know it's so ironical that I became famous, and people still comment on that video. People still share the video. I still almost every day that video is in my life, and I don't have no bread in my house. I have something. No, that's not the lie back. In my refrigerator, I have. Someone gave me a new type of bagel. Like it's low carb bagel. It's not packaging. I haven't used that yet. So I have one piece of bread in my refrigerator. I have one. So I take that lie back. I have one piece of bread in my refrigerator. Two bread with bread. I don't really eat bread. I really don't eat bread. Like I don't really eat like I used to. I'll just cut that shit out. I mean, bread. I mean, I'm not. I like bread, but a lot of bread. I don't need it. I don't miss it. It's so weird, right? It's kind of weird, right? I don't know. Let's do a poll. Why not? I haven't done a poll in a long time. Engage the audience. Start a poll. Okay. The poll is bread. Can't live without it. Don't miss it. Occasional eater. Vote. If you're in the app, you can vote. There's 16 of you. I don't regret having kids. I fought against the cultural norms. Oh, that's interesting. Um, so when you say you fought against the culture, I don't know what your culture is. I don't know. I know you on here, but I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to know what you mean by that. Very curious. So we got occasional eater and can't live without it. Okay. So everybody likes bread. Everybody who's voting so far likes bread. Okay, got it. Every culture has some form of bread as part of life. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Very true, Crystal. Very true. Oh, now we're 50-50. Can't live without it or occasional eater. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, I like that. I wonder if Aiden had told Liz, I like girl Down syndrome, how they were gone over. I think Liz would have been fine with it. Or do you mean the audience? Um, yeah, I think Liz would have fine with it. I think Liz would take it fine. But I mean, the audience, I mean, the audience would be interesting to see how they take it. But I think they would take it better than being gay. So being gay is like the worst thing you can get. See, like we talk about this all the time, Crystal. If you are handicapped or disably challenged or whatever, you guys are invisible on the viewers. See, I think they might be better with it than him being gay. I think they would be more sympathetic, in my opinion. I mean, we won't know. But again, like you say, you guys are that's invisible. Anybody with disabilities is invisible. But I know that being gay is one of the few things that you could that's across the board is looked as bad. I had a black woman. I was told I wasn't unless I had kids. I need to have kids so they would take care of me when I'm old. Well, that is a common theme, right, for everybody. You have to have kids for your legacy. What are you gonna leave behind? You have to have kids. Don't you want your immortality? All that weird stuff, right? It's like that's such an old fashioned view, right? It's so weird. Soap operas don't usually tackle lifelong disabilities. Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. You're Crystal. You're absolutely right about that. Like I said, you guys are invisible. But I think if they had done that, it would have been much. It would have been much better. Yeah. So like I said, yes, you guys are invisible. So that's almost kind of worse, right? But I just tell you, but when you do anything gay, they don't like it. They just and that's what I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. Like none of it in a long in a larger picture, Crystal, none of us win, right? Because anybody disabled, invisible. Gay folks are supposed to be kind of invisible also. Kind of invisible also. Then he tried to do something with one of them, and it's like few and far between. So nobody wins, right? In the end. Honestly, the approach matters too. Well, you already know they're gonna make Curtis walk again. That experimental treatment is gonna work, of course. You know it is. So, and like I said, Chris and I, we've had this talk before. That's almost just that's just as offensive as anything else. Like, I mean, we knew it was gonna happen. I mean, it's a soap opera. I was like, Kurt's the leading man, so to speak. They're gonna let him be in there for long. But it is kind of offensive. I see why anybody who's disabled would be offensive by that. I'd be offended by that. I would totally get it. Totally get it. Would totally get it. Why you be offended? Excuse me, what? And Kurt with the announcement at Christmas, I'm gonna maybe walk again soon. And oh my God, I'm gonna start in January. And like it's like you shouldn't have made I'm tired of the paralyzed thing being used as a soap opera trope. It's ridiculous. Oh, and folks, all you Esme folks, she's starting to remember. I tell you, the problem. I always say it all the time. The problem is pacing. The pacing in the storyline is just so slow. So it's like, okay, was there actually was in a wheelchair? Well, in General Hospital, there was Anna Lee, who played Lila Quartermain. She was in a wheelchair. She was older. Um, you guys in chat can tell me. I can't remember who else was in a wheelchair. I know she was in a wheelchair on there. I didn't want to have to the kids just to have them grow up poor. Exactly. Yeah. But I know Anna Lee was in a wheelchair. I guess I think else in a wheelchair. Well, you fans know better than I do. You guys remind me. They had a deaf person on Guiding Light, Abigail. Exactly, Crystal. I totally get it. You know, I get it. And you're speaking the truth. You are speaking the truth. Exactly. Somebody goes in a wheelchair, they walk again, or when they go blind, again. It's like it's ridiculous. Like, stop using that as a trope. Then, and it just makes it's too much. It's like I'm tired of miscarriages and things like there's certain soap tropes. Like, can we just stop doing those? Because we know if it's a major character, it's not going to last. So anybody who's watching, I totally get it. If you're offended, I totally get it. It makes sense to me because life does not work that way in real life. Mitch Longley, Vegas, he was a poor child. He's paralyzed. Oh, okay. I said, okay. Okay. You might be stretching. Oh my God. There you go. Yeah, I mean, there were so many blind stories and paralyzed stories and deaf stories. I mean, there's so many. I mean, Kayla was deaf, but at her wedding, she gained her ears back, so to speak. Well, my thing, Crystal, is I should read this out loud for folks who are listening. Crystal says maybe it's because keeping them disabled limit storylines for the characters. Well, that's kind of Crystal's point. That it's actually not limiting. There are people who are very successful in wheelchairs or disabled characters and very successful. There are shows on streaming services that show the lives of people with some disabilities. ER, homegirl had an arm had a brace. She was a nurse, she was a doctor and had braces. She was very much in storylines. I think it's just choice of not to want to see it. Well, the whole thing is soaps have lived on this illusion, and you all know this. I'm not telling you anything different. So right now, it looks like Occasional Eater wins out of can't live without it. Okay. Thanks for voting. I think it's more of you don't want to see anything ugly in their minds. They don't want to see anything that's like not like the beautiful people and beautiful, and that there's a certain look they want in their men and a certain look they want in their women, and it's a whole yeah. So it's so they want to see the best looking of the bunch, the best everything. So I think that includes disabled. I think that includes gay. I think that includes lesbian. I think that includes anything what they think is normal, quote unquote. I'm putting in quotes, folks. I'm not saying normal. They're saying when they put in quotes, normal. That's what they want to show. And in most cases, it's white and straight, and there you have it, and able-bodied. Anything medical is for a storyline, not for life. But like with Crystal, I've had a Zoom on this actually a while back. If people would show someone with CP or someone with some kind of other disability on a regular basis, like Matt said, there's representation. Like I said, there's some shows that I've watched where I was watching the L Word not so long ago, and they had a woman on there who had CP, and she had a sex life, and she had problems like everybody else. Like she was working it out. She was in a wheelchair, and by the end of the show, she had fallen in love. She was gonna have a baby. The whole thing. It was like they showed it like regular. She just happened to be not walking, and it was fine. I mean, I literally got into the storyline, and it was fine. So it can be done. I just think, and soaps are fancy based. You're right. You're kind of making my point, Crystal. Exactly. They wanted Crystal Bush. There's two Crystals talking right now. It's so funny. So Crystal Bush. That's why it's kind of like they want to keep the fantasy going. So then, in a fantasy world, there is no issues. Yes, and overweight people too. Exactly, Crystal. Same thing. You can still call someone fat. I'm me, Cobb. Joy Jensen. When they present stories, Don having spina bifida and Theo being autistic, they always been it's going to be so bad. Exactly. But they've kept Theo autistic on some level on days, like at points. But the Donna story got rid of it. It was just a plot point. They don't want a special needs child on the soap opera. They don't want to deal with that. They just don't want to deal with it. They just want to deal with it. Oh yes, MS in the West Wing. Exactly. There's other shows have done it. Well, they've done it, but they're not daytime. Those shows have done it. But yeah, overweight people, they were going to finally give Epiphany a storyline. Finally, she passed away in real life, Sonia Eddy. So sad, but that still wasn't common. She was dating Milo all those years. We just saw them together. We just saw them together. They didn't have a sex scene or a love scene. That didn't happen. So yeah, so there's certain things on soaps because, like Chris said, they're fantasy based, so it's fantasy, but they're not realizing that in other fantasy based shows out there, they are doing all kinds of stuff, and it's fine. We don't talk about this morning. Shit, I'm still trying to digest my coffee. I don't know. It's my fault for going my rant. He's autistic, and so far they're doing his. Yeah. So Leo's right now fine. Leo's fine. They're working on. He's staying autistic. He's doing his thing. I like the actor. He's good. He's doing fine. But on soaps, that's it. Think about it. On wine art, nothing. Bold, nothing. Days, nothing. He's the only one. So Crystal agrees. Yeah, they do Leo great. They do. He's very, very consistent. Hello, Miss Sherry. He's very consistent. But I was a huge West Wing person, but I know that they had a story. But I was a huge ER person, and Homegirl, she was, and when the doctors lost his arm in a helicopter accident, he continued for a while with one arm. Hey, that drummer in Def Leppard continued with one arm. We know how to drum with one arm. Shit. So we know this shit can happen. Facts of life. Cousin Jerry. It's like they have people who can do stuff. Shit. But I think soaps are the last bastion of like everything perfect, pretty people, and all that. I know. I wish I could change the world. I can't. I try. I speak out. I speak out on all this stuff. I always speak out on all this stuff. I do. I do. I speak out on all this stuff all the time. I speak out on colorism. I speak out on weight. I speak out on my black women. I speak out on my black men. I speak out on gays. I speak out on all this stuff all the time. I get in trouble, whatever. I don't care. I speak out on it all the time. Now, Crystal, I would love to know what you mean by overdo it. Underdo completely, but I'm very curious to what you mean by overdo. We have a safe space where everybody talks. I'm very curious. Hi, Shelly Chestnut. How are you? I'm very curious. I know what turns people off. I don't know. I don't even know what so approach matters. I don't know what that means in that situation. But I'd be curious to. I know we're in a chat, so it's hard to type, whatever. But if you can explain a little more what you mean by that, I'm very curious because to me, yes, I think they underdo it. I don't think they don't do it enough. I think it's underdone. Um, Viewers are turned off because they don't want to see gay people. I don't think approach matters or nothing. They don't want to see gay folks on their screen. They don't want to see two men or two chicks. They don't want to see it. A lot of viewers get pissed. A lot of viewers don't care. They're fine. Yeah, they don't care. And sort of like Wilson got very popular on Days. Otalio was very popular on Guiding Light. I mean, there's some gay couples got really really popular with fans, but I mean, there's a lot of fans who don't want to see anything gay on their television set when it comes to daytime TV. I think that's just period. So no matter what, for me, no matter what your approach is, it's not gonna matter. They don't want to see it. So again, it's outside the fantasy that they see. You know what I mean? It's part of that. So I completely agree with you with the underdo. But I'm just curious what you mean by that, by the overdo it, because I don't know what couple's overdone it. I mean, Days did a bunch of stuff last year at the threesome and all that kind of. They did a lot of stuff on that. So maybe folks may not like that. I mean, the sex stuff, maybe that's a little. Or some in England are just like EastEnders right now is the bomb. EastEnders is so good right now. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's so good right now. It's so good. But our soaps, they're on par like with the telenovelas. They do bad stuff too with the gay people. How you do it? They're not good with Bianca. Yes, okay. Like I said, there's been some times when they've done it. I mean, like I said, Wilson on Days, Sonny and Will, Luke and what's his name on As the World Turns. They've done a few. I was just curious about I'm still just curious about the overdue. What do you mean by that? If you want to explain, I mean, it's up to you. But I agree with the underdo. I don't think you do enough. I don't think it's enough. I think it's totally lacking. I films. I don't watch Hollyoaks, so I don't know. I only watch EastEnders. I don't watch Hollyoaks. Crystal thinks that Digital Eyes focus on sex and kissing scenes rather than actual character. Well, I would on that show, I could see where folks would say they're overdoing it because there was a lot of sex focusing on sex and stuff. And the whole threesome thing. All that. I can see that probably going, okay, that's just too much. I can see that. Oh, Crystal, he's saying, did you watch Doctor Who as an ambulatory wheelchair character in it? Hi, Paul. South Carolina. Oh, South Carolina. Okay. Happy holidays to you too. Yeah, I just watched EastEnders. I've never watched any others, so I just know EastEnders. In terms of just good soap right now, EastEnders is the whole six thing, and it's so good. And they have a character, Suki and Eve. They were two women, and everybody's rooting for them. So I mean, like it's this whole thing. So yeah. Wow, we this morning I've been on 90 minutes and we've been talking about some heavy stuff this morning. Cheese and crackers. Cheese and crackers. You know, we covered. So all you guys are coming in now late. So we've been on for 90 minutes. Watch the first 90 minutes. We talked about Taraji P. Henson. We talked about me juggling. We talked about the Emmys and why I didn't go. We talked about I think what else we talked about. Where's my notes? We talked about Aiden being gay on GH. We talked about me crying on a show today. We talked about going to school, good schools, trade schools. We talked about all kinds of stuff this morning. A lot of serious stuff this morning. Um, my life, Paul. I was telling everybody that my life hasn't been the greatest recently. So I have been very honest and transparent about that. I have not been happy this whole year. It's been one of the toughest years of my life, in my personal life, was going on. And it continues, and I'm tired, and lots of stuff going on. And so I'm sharing with people. James is not the happiest these days, and hopefully next year it'll change. But right now, that's just how it is these days. But I wake up, I put a smile on my face, and I handle everything every single day. Most folks, they feel like they make a character and they tend to focus on that aspect of them. So that's okay. So you think, okay, what is my rebuttal to that? I guess because you're not wrong. That part you're not wrong. About that. I still wouldn't call for me, I wouldn't call overdoing it. For me, I think you have how can I say this? Because it's such a we're still in the infancy stages of letting gay characters just be regular characters. It's almost like they have to kind of really make sure we see them in gay storyline and about them being gay because we don't have it. We just don't have enough of it. And so it is kind of point. They have to show us. Now, I think in some ways they're trying to normalize gay characters by showing them being gay, like being that they're gay. Like I want you to know they're gay and they're being gay. So I guess for me, it's not overdoing it. It's like we have to show that because we don't have enough representation. I think once we have adequate representation, like on prime time is a little different. Like they just like Will and Grace for the longest time. Will didn't have a boyfriend on the show. Like it was on purpose. Jack was extra gay, so to speak, on purpose. Like there's messages in there on the level of gayness that they show. I think it used to be back in the day, anybody gay, it was a coming out story, it was an AIDS story. Like at least they've gone away from that. But the thing is, which is it's lopsided. I guess that's my best rebuttal to you. It's very lopsided. Unlike other forms of television. I watch Sex Education, which is on streaming and on Netflix, and that's being engaged normal on there. But it's just different it's different on those kind of things. Um, but they almost have to kind of go heavy on the I guess gender identity, sexual orientation because it's just so little of it. It's almost like with black folks. I like when black folks have like a cultural storyline or cultural talk. Some folks think that's too much. Why would they talk about Trina being black and when she was arrested? I'm like, well, if you're two black women in a house, you would talk about that. That's actually normal black talk in a house. You talk about the messed up system. So it's kind of like, But a lot of folks don't want to hear that. So I guess it's one of those things. I guess for me, maybe because I am of that, I'm of the letter, I'm of the alphabet. Um, I see it a little different, I guess. Your mom passed away. I tried to put his mom you on. That sometimes, Shelly, that's the most you can do. Just put a smile on your face and just handle everything that comes on during the day. I understand that. Yeah, Lily. Yeah, that's right, Lily. On all my children. A lot of soaps spend a lot of story on gender ideas, as long as it is cis heteronormative. Well, some. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to read through that, Matt. What you mean? Yes, in some ways, like Leo on G8 on Leo on Days was a breath of fresh air. I kept saying all the gay characters on Days of Our Lives were basically straight people who happen to be gay, so to speak, right? So it's like we had somebody like Leo come on, and he was just like, "I'm gay," like it was wonderful. Anybody who's gay knows somebody like him. So it's kind of like that was yeah. So I can see what you're saying. Some of these shows, yes, that's true. I think GH done a better job in approach to different LB characters, like with Terry, the character, multifaceted. Jones great. And see, I disagree. I disagree completely. I think they're doing a piss poor job. We barely see Terry. She's trotted out once every couple of months. And that's it. I think they're doing a piss poor job. Piss poor job at it. I think Dave's probably doing the best work when it comes to queer people on shows out of all the soaps. Bo has no gay characters whatsoever, which is ridiculous. It's a fashion house in Los Angeles. And YNR has none either. So ridiculous. Kayla Roney, just popped in to say, "Oh, hi, Merry Christmas, Kayla Roney." And really all I heard was missing lips on some soaps. Not a phase, not to raise a bit. That's funny. That's all you heard. Well, Kayla, you go back and watch the first hour and a half. We talk about Taraji P. Henson. We talk about me not going to the end. We talk about everything. Minimum wage. We've had some serious conversations this morning on here. I did not expect that. But Kayla, hope you're doing well, Kayla. Hope you're doing well. I think GH. I think GH had a great. No, she's not a main character. She don't have much screen time. I agree that. Well, why can't she be a main character? Not to come at you, just saying, well, why can't she be a main character or a semi-main character on the show? Like, why not? She's the hospital administrator. She's the hospital administrator. They gave her a romance. We never see it. To me, she's even less than reoccurring. There are reoccurring characters that get more screen time than she does. I don't know. There's some folks out there. I see them on Twitter sometimes or X, we're calling shit, where they actually count how many episodes people are in. And it's like you're almost like, oh my God, it's shocking to see how many episodes they're not in. They're in. They're like, that's it. So I don't know. Again, I think there's an opportunity there for Terry and for that actress who's on there to have more screen time. They're giving us other people who are also reoccurring, and again, but also Crystal. I think you might agree with this or not. I don't know. The cast is bloated. There's so many cast members, so it's actually hard to rotate enough. Also, there's so many cast members. Why not keep getting closer to Raya? Exactly. Again, they're doing a piss poor job too. Crystal, they are stuck. They meaning the network people and whoever's writing, they're stuck in their brains. There are things that have been just the way they are for so long. This is how it's always been. It's how it is, and how it's going to be. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. And I think people don't understand for something to change, those people have to see there's a need for it to change. And some of these folks do not see it. So it won't happen. So I always think soaps can do better when it comes to people of color, comes to disabled, handicapped, when it comes to, you know, um, colorism, ageism, weight. I will always criticize the soaps because of that stuff, because they can do better. And they can tell, and the soaps have an opportunity to tell really good stories. They can do it. And we've seen over the years, there are times when they've done some amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Well, I want to thank everybody who's watching my daytime Emmy specials or listening to them. You can listen to them also. The daytime Emmy specials, our recap. Me, Jerry Waggett, Walker Ragsdale, and Candace Mack. We talk about it. We spill everything. Everything. So you check that out now. It's out now. But I see the numbers, and we're just so like, thank you. I want to thank Mark Miles, who just sent me $50 for Christmas. Thank Mark Miles for $50 for Christmas. That will come. That actually, we just bought my breakfast this morning. That's one of the things I'll use money for, because I don't have groceries in my house. So thank you, Mark, who out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Um, Now, film says do better without being preachy. Again, I need some clarification on what that means. Also, I need to know what that means. Again, it's a safe space to talk. I'm curious what that means. Let's see. Sally Jr. back in the closet anytime soon. Yeah, no. First, I'll start GH. Since there is a she should be exactly. Kayla just gave you a story right there. Terry is Liz's best friend. She should be involved in Aiden's story. Terry should be Aiden's fairy godmother, and the whole thing. Completely. As I'm saying, there's other stories. She's reoccurring. She's supporting actress. There's stuff we can do. There's stuff they can give her to do. Realistic soap operas are a business, so they have to care to their core audience too. GH is better with diversity. I know. I'm sorry, Chris. I keep disagreeing with you. I do. I'm sorry. I love you. You know I love you. I keep disagreeing. I have to disagree with you on that too again. I just have to. But I understand that people can see soaps. We can all watch the same soap and see things 10 different ways. I do get that also. So I'm saying this with a smile on my face to you, Crystal. I just, GH is doing okay. I give them a 5 in the diversity thing, because Days of Our Lives actually has done better in the last couple of years with diversity than all the shows combined. Bold, no, there's no diversity there at all. Weinar is okay. I think Weinar is okay, and they're both like at a 5. They're both like at a 5 to me, out of 10. And I say that because GH has a lot of Black folks. What are their stories? I'm waiting. What are their stories? Okay, Trina's with Spencer. We got that. Curtis is in a wheelchair. We got that. But be like, where's Zeke? Why is he? Jordan barely has a story. I mean, it's this beautiful dark-skinned Black woman was walking around that town with no story whatsoever. It's like that's kind of tired. Where's Taggart? Is he drinking booze under the bridge? There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, the Astrid thing, they're starting to put them together more. I did enjoy that scene too. I enjoyed Hat Daddy and Stella. I enjoyed that. They are, Crystal, I agree. They are better than they used to was. I will say that. They don't get a pass. They still don't get a pass for me. I will always be an advocate for you guys. I will always be an advocate for you guys on screen. I will continue not to give pass to them, because Bold and Beautiful had a wonderful Black family. They had Tony winner. I don't even get started. I don't even get started on that one. They had a wonderful Black family on there that they decimated. And where's Diamond White? Now Zenny's finally getting a storyline, finally. But don't even start on all that. So I'm none of these folks get a pass, really. They're all doing bare minimum when it comes to blackness or diversity. There's no Latinos nowhere. Where are the Latinos? The Asians, we hardly ever see. Everybody loves Selena Wu. Where's she at? Where's she at? I don't see her. We love her. Um, yes, they are doing a lot more diversity than LGBTQ. That's very true about that. Yes. Jordan's have a home. Well, yeah, where the fuck Jordan living? We're saying, where does he live? Where does he? No, remember Jordan had a place. Remember, Crystal, Jordan had that cute place with the barn door, and that's where her and Curtis like made out or whatever, right, or whatever, or Sean or whatever. She had a place to live. I forgot all about that. Oh my god, I forgot all about that. She had a place to live. Jordan had a cute little place back when it was the other two girls. I forgot. Oh my gosh, but you're right. Where the fuck is Jordan? Jordan lives in the office. How does she live? Like, it's in the office. But you're right. Portia got a nice big home. That is so funny. I know Abe too. Oh my god, that is. Oh my god, that's so funny. I sorry, Chris gave me a good laugh for that, Chris. I totally forgot. I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh my god, that is. You're right. Well, Christoph St. John said when he finally got in office, that's a big deal because he got a set. Then he started to build the family, the Winter fans around him. So that started to build the family around him and give him Malcolm and all stuff. So like, you're right. So when you get a set, I mean, homegirl, Christina got a set. She got an apartment. I like Christina, but I was saying when she got an apartment, you're right. Maxie got this huge old house, wherever that lighthouse. But yeah, she remember she had a what? Yes, she did. But remember, Crystal, it was kind of cute though. She's single. She only had a big house. She had a little studio apartment or whatever. It was cute. I totally forgot about that when you said that. But homegirl lives in the office. Shit, how does she live? They don't got set for her. So, but they brought on Brother Man and another dark skinned black man. They got rid of Sean Blakemore, who's hot as fuck. They got rid of him too, dark skinned black man. I don't get past any. I don't get past any of these shows. I don't. I will continue to be hard on them. I will continue to be hard on them. But not. I will not. Nah. No, they don't get. None of them get a pass. They could all do 1,000 times better. I know Crystal, other Crystal, Hopkins. I know you agree. I know you agree with me. I know you do, girl. They've been teasing us with Spixie for so long, Sherry. I don't know. I'm not even excited. They're gonna fuck this up too, probably. Because they should have been together a long time ago, right? We know that, right? We should have been together a long time ago. They finally had her mention Austin. I was like, remember you were dating Austin last year? Hello. Yeah, with the Generations reboot. I could. They wanted this. I could. I could. I'm a writer. I could. Christina's got a really nice homes. I know. Christina got a nice apartment. I'm sorry. When I was working retail and food service, I had a studio apartment. It was not that nice. Or I had a roommate. I think with Christina, they should give her a roommate. I think it would be more realistic. I'm just like, actually, Jamie Gins can have generations. I'll bring back like Wife to Live, and Wife to Live had diverse characters. I'd bring back Wife to Live, not right for that one. I would totally bring that back. They had to bring back RJ and Destiny and Sean, all that. I'd bring them all back. Evangeline, bring them all back. All. They had Latino Christian, they had Latino, they had black, they had white. Bring them all back. So Jamie Gins can do Generations Part 2, and I can do Wife to Live Part 2. I know, Kayla, I'm very excited. Yeah, go to the beginning. Okay, well, films. I mean, something. It could have been. I think it would have been more realistic. she had a roommate or two, right? They lived together. That could make, because she got, how's she gonna afford it? She's a manager at a bar. Basically, yeah, I mean, come on. We can do this. Remember, Destiny has a Buchanan child with Matthew. Right there. There's a story right there. That child by now could be a teenager right now. But I mean, seriously, I mean, they did. But why? I do the Watch Live After show. You can listen to it here on JLJ Media. Um, but for me, I think they had a very multicultural cast. They had a multicultural cast. They really did. Well, Pikes Peak, I'd bring back Santa Barbara if I could too. I'd bring Santa Barbara. They had the Castillo family. They had Latinos. It was California. I was like, oh, I got it, Kayla. We'll see you tomorrow. Angel Blue, I'm with you a million. I'm with you 1,000%. But we're not going to say the name you just said in here in my chats. We do not mention the name. You should not. I'm like Whoopi Goldberg with Donald Trump. I don't mention the name should not be mentioned. The character or the actor. I don't mention them I don't mention them in my chats. I will not say the names. But yes. Well, actually, Angel, some folks were thinking Maxie and Dante, which I would not have been upset about. But now I've come around. I like Sam and Dante, but it's too incestuous. But I actually don't mind it so much because the powers that be don't like soap operas. I say this to everybody all the time. The networks don't give a shit about soaps. They don't. Right now, the soaps that are still on, Days of Our Lives is a perfect example. The soaps that are on TV right now, the three, they're making just enough money for the networks for their time slots, and they're fine. But if General Hospital said we're done, ABC like bye, they wouldn't even they wouldn't replace with another soap opera. Not at all. They don't give a shit about soaps. They don't. They just don't. That's why the other ones are not being brought up. They don't care. Albert Bostic, diversity is very important as long as the show is good because all advice in the world matter if it's not good. Should we have him like, well, actually, Albert, you're saying what you're just saying. I basically said that earlier. So I agree. Albert, I agree with you 100%. We don't always agree, but I agree with you 100%. So yeah. Yeah, Sam and Dante, they grew up me. They actually grew up me. They did. I don't know if she is manager, bartender. I don't know fuck she is over there. But either way, she ain't rich. Unless Port Charles is cheap to live. Apparently to Maxie, it isn't. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, well, then Max, you have no money. Why you in a huge house? That's a don't get me started. Don't get me started on that either. Do not get me started on that. Ugh. I'll print some stuff out. You know me, I got to do my emails at the same time. Medication. We all take medications. But yeah, they don't care about soaps. They don't care about it. They just don't. The soaps that are on right now, they're okay. They're doing okay, and they're making money. They're under budget, and they're doing okay. That's how it works. I remember Crystal. I brought her up. I liked her. She played homegirl Silas's lawyer. She was good. They could have. I agree. I completely agree with you. All these lawyers they got on the show. She could have been good. I don't know why they didn't bring her back. She could have been great. There's stunt casting, as you know, Crystal. Sometimes they do stunt casting. Well, we're gonna get somebody like this and bring her on. I mean, that's it. Yeah, nobody's bringing. Nobody cares about. Nobody's checking for soaps. They're not. No one is checking for soaps. Oh no, I agree with you, Crystal. See, now I'm back to agreeing with you, Crystal. No, yeah, that how that apartment was too small. But I'm saying that now she has money problems. It's like then she should have moved to that house. Shit, if she had no money, shit. Has like 20 bedrooms in there apparently. I didn't know it was that big. Shit. Oh, Tika is beautiful. Yeah. Well, a lot of these black actors, they're on other shows. They're I mean, they're like Sean Blakemore was on All Rise on OWN, and he had a great role, and he's hot as whatever. Um, they do Tyler Perry stuff. They move on to other things. They move on to other shit. They move on to other stuff. So I'm happy a lot of the black guy. Homegirl got a job now with Tyler Perry. I forgot what her name is. So I mean, there's people that people just get there. They're moving around. There are a little more opportunities for black actresses in Hollywood. Still not equal to anything else, but they're doing stuff. But I just think on daytime TV, there's someone said I think it was you, Chris, earlier said about their core audience. I think sometimes you have to push the envelope to make change happen. That's the activist in me. I'm an activist, so that's the activist in me. If you don't push on something, change may not happen. Um, if all of speaking of like Norman Lear just passed, for All in the Family, there would have been Good Times or Maud or Jeffersons. You have to push. You got to push sometimes, um, and so you can make progress. But I know everybody has different approaches to that. I'm very much a push to make change happen. I'm also a person who like tries make change happen within too. I'm all about within the sector trying it happen, but also on the outside. I'm about both. I think everybody's approach may be different, but if the common cause to point A, I'm for it. But I understand a little push. Fuck these people who don't want to see gay shit or a black woman have sex or an older couple have a kissing scene. Fuck you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That's all ageism, sexism, colorism. I don't care. If it's a good story, it's a good story. If you're turned off just because you just don't want to see that, that's a story. Then turn the channel. And fine, turn the channel. I think there are a lot more people out there who don't care that much. Yeah, yeah, no, that's not why Days of Our Lives ended up on a streaming service. Days of Our Lives for years was on the precipice of being canceled. They weren't getting the numbers. They just weren't getting the numbers. People were just not getting numbers. And NBC was like, we can put something in its time slot that's cheaper. Days of Our Lives became expensive to produce, and Days did cut some corners, and they shoot a lot of series. They're 6 7 months ahead. They're the only soap that films that far ahead. And the problem is when you film that far ahead, you can't make any changes if something isn't working. It's too far, it's too late. That's the problem with that show sometimes. Then you're stuck with a couple for like 6 months. You're like, I don't whatever. Um, but NBC didn't want Days anymore. They didn't want it anymore. They were going to cancel it. Just because they don't want that's the last soap left. They didn't care. So they had a deal with Peacock. That's how Beyond Salem came first. So there's a whole system. I don't think they pushed the. I don't think Days did anything that they just didn't care about Days anymore. They really didn't care about it anymore. Shonda Rhimes, yes, Shonda Rhimes, yep, pushed the envelope all the time. Riverdale's Charles Spencer's winning all the awards, May Summer, yeah, because they haven't tried. He win Oscar. I don't watch Riverdale or any of that stuff, so I don't know. But good for him. Good. Again, we need just well-rounded people. If a movie is good, or a show is good, if a song is good, like it should just be. It's good no matter who's in it. It's just if it's good, it's good. That's how it should be. Just like something it should be good. You know, um, but I don't watch movies, so I don't know enough about movies. You are filmed 5 5 5 5, so you should know about films. I don't know about films. I can't comment too much on films. I don't really see that many films, so I can't comment. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear it. Love hearing this stuff. Um, but yes, I know they. I'm trying to tell you, they don't care about. ABC Disney would get rid of General Hospital in a second, but right now they're fine. They're taking care of business. Sony and the Bell Dramatic Cereal Company have a good little partnership, and the soaps are sold overseas. So there's something with that too. So I mean, if they weren't, the numbers are down for all soaps. They're down for everything. They just are. They're just right now. They're just maintaining. They're down for soaps. JLJ. All I'm saying is that soaps need to approach in a broader way, not just outside of just sex. Just like explore a person, their career. Sex, who knew? I know, right? I would love Crystal. I would love all of that also. But I again, it's the activist in me, and maybe because I'm also part of the LGBT community. Um, I want the sex featured on there. I want it in your face. I do. Bye, Albert. You just did for a second. I want it in your face. And yes, I would love for them to have careers and relationships and like with Kiss and Brad, they did. And feels they did that for a while. But I'm saying that I think folks don't want anything gay on television. Not on their soap opera. They don't care about all that stuff. Because what I think about is the sex. So on some level, I'm like, okay, well, I'll show you the kissing and them in bed together, so it'll be right in your face. Again, that's the actors. I'm tired of being told. Not saying you, but I'm tired of being told and being reduced because the sex part is they do it for straight people. It's soap opera, Love in the Afternoon. Straight folks have kissing and sex all the time. But if it's gay or crystal disabled or certain colors, then suddenly, oh no, I don't want to talk about, like I said, not saying you, Crystal, because you're a black woman, so you understand this. But I'm saying that people don't want to, suddenly they don't want to see it. They don't talk about it. I want something else. You're like, but no, it should be across the board. So in one way, I do agree with you. So be across the board. Wherever they is, you need to show it all from sex to relationships to career, give them the same issues as. Oh no, so I'm saying, Crystal. I think, and that I understand. Some folks don't want to see that; they don't want to see all the kissing and stuff. But it is part of daytime television. I had this argument before. Not you and I are arguing, but like romance novels. Romance novels have sex in them. That's what they are. You want Hallmark Channel, or then watch Hallmark Channel, where everybody's chaste, very little kissing scenes. It's great. But daytime TV, which was started for women by women and their fantasies, it's all about relationships and sex and relationships and sex and marriages and divorces and cheating. That's just that's what the soap genre is about. It just is. And to me, I want to see there may be certain characters I don't want to look at either on some level, but I want to see it across the board. You're gonna do it for these people, I want to do it for these people. I want everybody to have equal treatment when it comes to the sex scenes. I know everybody was getting upset about the whole, he won't do sex scenes and she won't do sex scenes on GH and the whole Chaylin thing. Fine. Well, give me other stuff then. And show other characters doing it. They don't want to do it, fine. The powers that be agreed with them, so okay. But you can do tasteful sex scenes. You can do. I don't like sex shaming. I think it's fine, whether it's straight or gay or whatever. I think it's just like it can be done in ways that are also romantic. There's way they have intimacy coaches now on shows. They have before. There's ways to do it, but daytime. I'm sorry, I will always say this: Love in the Afternoon was part of daytime TV. That's just part of. And we don't have enough of that nowadays. We don't have anything. All the soaps are they're basically Hallmark Channel shows. Nothing's happening. I want to see some sex scenes. I don't give a fuck. I want to see them, whatever it is. I do. So, but I know some folks don't like that stuff, and that's totally fine. But I want to see it. That's my whole thing. That's just what it is. It's just, I didn't make the rules. I did not make the rules. It's just that's how. That's how the housewives wanted to see a fantasy of a a hot man, getting hi George, getting a hot woman, and they fall in love, and whatever, or they get passionate, and it's like they want to see it. There's a show called Passions. It's all about it. So I'm laughing. So I'm not fighting with you, but I'm just saying that I'm glad we're having this discussion. I mean, because Crystal is not alone. A lot of things that she's saying, a lot of things that you're saying, I'm saying, none of us are alone in this. There are people who agree with you, I'm sure, Chris. Some people agree with me. I'm sure it's on both sides. This can help for work. Oh my God. Also, you work. Oh, okay. Um, so I think it's one of those things that is that actually it's good we're having this discussion. It is good. I know. It took 3 years for Spring to have sex to roll it out. Exactly. Well, you know why they didn't have sex? Because she a dark skinned black woman. That's why they didn't do it. I just think that I think there are people, the networks hide behind stuff. And I think it's unfair. In 2023, it's wrong. That's just my opinion about that. And we need to blow the doors off of all that and just say, screw it. Whoever it is, older, younger, bigger. I mean, I think it should be equal for everyone, whoever it is. But there are channels and there are TV shows where they don't show a lot. So there you go. There's enough television for everybody nowadays. That it's just that there's enough for everybody out there. So, but I know folks who aren't like my daughter. I have a daughter who's not into sex scenes or anything. She doesn't like any of someone's shows. I get it. It's awkward and uncomfortable to watch, and maybe not your cup of tea. And that's what straight people either. So I know some folks don't like it. I just think television in the 70s and part of the 80s were much more progressive than they are today. I feel like we're going backwards, and that's what scares me because that's what scares me. Oh well, we can go into chemistry and stuff. Oh no, that Crystal, yeah, no, we can go into that's up to me. That's something that to me that's what's the word? That's implied. Yes, we want to see good chemistry. Yeah, I agree. I totally with you. I agree with you. So I know, but that part, yeah, of course, we want good couples together having sex. I mean, someone agree. I mean, I totally agree with you. So yeah, that part is. But I just want to say, the we're going backwards in real life in America. We're going backwards. I don't want to see our art go backwards also. And I think and unless you're a marginalized group, if you're not a marginalized group, then you have nothing to worry about. Because I'll go back to whatever you are a part of. But for those of us, I'm part of several marginalized groups. I don't want to see it go backwards. I'm tired of seeing what I'm seeing on TV. I work in a bit. I'm tired of being treated a certain way in the business. Like I'm tired of all that. And the walls need to be broken down because I think in many ways a lot of folks really don't care. They'd be fine with anything. They don't care. Like I said, if there's good, like Crystal's thing, if you see, well, it's also subjective with chemistry, right? We all think so. But for example, if there is a good story out there, we'll all watch it regardless of who's starring in it. If it's good, if the writing good, direction is good, and the acting is good, you're right. This kind of everybody's fine. This whole Young and Restless with on Jordan kidnapping the Newmans, we all loved it. Like it was like if it's good, I don't any of us in this chat room will sign up for it. We will sign up for it and we will watch it. Like good, we're in. But I just don't want to see us go so far backwards where we're just watching white folks on screen, straight white folks on screen, and that's it. And everybody else is reoccurring or supporting characters. I want to see that happen. I want to see it where it's well rounded, and we have to push through. We have to. I'm telling you, we have to. We have to push through. So yes, but no, I mean, Crystal, I'm not with you. I mean, that to me implied. I want to see good, and you can write them, but then also you have to be careful with that. Now you and I have to be careful with that too, because there are folks who like Liz and Finn together. Okay, Crystal, I'll ask you a question. So Crystal asked, Jay seems to be a little more progressive. They have Brad, Terry, Blaze, and A does not count. Okay, Brad, when was the last time we saw him? I'm waiting. Terry, we see. I said they trot her out once a month. Blaze is new, so we gotta wait and see. Christina. Well, that's don't get me started on Christina, because remember they had her gay. Then they tried to imply she was bi. Then went back to her being gay, but without any relationships. We barely see it. We're seeing more of her now. So for Blaze and Christina, I'm watching. I am watching. So I'm waiting. Those are new. This is new. So I'm watching. So far, I like what they're doing with them, Crystal. So I'm watching. Aiden, again, we see him once every couple of months. They mention him a lot. This just happened. I am curious. So, in terms of the other soaps, again, I give JH a 5. Out of with 1 being horrible and 10 being the best, it's a 5. They're right in the middle. So I'm watching. So I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. But in comparison to everything else, JA just brings up also, we have other characters where they're making out and having sin and hanging on each other all the time, all the time. And they're straight mostly. But to me, I said there are 5. I'm waiting to see how they do Blaze and Christina. I'm waiting to see how they do Aiden. Will we see Tobias, the kid he likes? Will we see him or not? So I'm waiting to see. This is new, so I'm waiting to see. But Brad, what about Brad? Where's Brad been on the show? Again, I'm still waiting for you to tell me when he's been on last. He hasn't been on this month. Wasn't on last month. Wasn't on in October. Wasn't on in September. I'm like, so that doesn't count. To have you can have a again, you can have a cast and say, well, our cast, we have 6 gay characters on it. Okay, that's cute for on paper, but if it's not being utilized on screen, they have 2 Asian characters on there. And 2 Asian characters, we never see them. And the fans love Brad. The fans love Selena Wu. Brad was recasted. Who was he recasted with? Brad is what's his name? Perry Shen. Who's he recasted with, and when has he been on? I haven't seen it. If I missed an episode in the last couple months, tell me. I usually watch every episode, so I don't know what I don't know. I mean, Brad he hasn't been recasted. They also had a henchman who was Asian, and he was good looking too. He was good looking also. We haven't seen him in a while. We saw Selena once last month possibly. She came in to apologize or something for not telling Sonny about Nina about Gladys. You're right, and it's good. Go on, Crystal. That's right. No, Brad is Perry Shen. I haven't seen him recasted. I haven't seen him anybody else, unless I missed it. But no, they're at a 5, and I'm like I said, they're at a 5, and I'm watching. I'm waiting to see how they do, because Blaze and Christina could be a really good pairing if they follow it. Yeah, Lucas. They recast it. And when's Lucas been on? Let's talk about that. Lucas was on what last year sometime. Now when they kill Bobby, obviously he's gonna die. Would they bring Lucas back? Exactly. Terry and Yuri, we hear about the romance. They had one kiss that one time. That's it. They've shown Yuri in other scenes with somebody else. Right. They haven't shown Curtis and Portia have sex since he's been disabled. They should have had a Crystal. I agree with you completely. I agree completely. They should have shown. They could have had a very tender scene with them trying to figure it out. and showing courtesy, he's still a man without having to use to his legs. And Portia's a doctor. I mean, they could have totally done that. They haven't. Crystal, I agree with you. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, other Crystal. I'm hard on them. This is what I do for a living. I watch, I recap, I watch them. It's just I'm not giving. I love the subs. I love the people. I'm not giving them. I'm not giving them a pass. It could be still better. Lucas and Felix, yes, they can still be better. It's just gonna be better. Our black women can be treated better. We're the Latinas. Now we got Blaze now, so okay, maybe we'll bring other. But like I mean, Selena Wu. Like I said, I keep going back to Selena Wu. Everyone loves Lydia Look. She is the bomb. Why aren't we seeing her on screen? Why are we getting somebody else who is, and it is bloated. It's very bloated. So I said, remember saying, Crystal, I think you agree with me earlier. It's bloated. But see, Carly, I got in trouble for saying that, Crystal. I got in trouble online for saying that. Carly is number 2 on the call sheet. Her and Maurice Bernard are 1 and 2. So they will always get the most screen time. But I'm with you, Crystal. Laura Wright. Love her to pieces. Best hair in the business. Love her. But I'm with you. Right, Crystal? Other Crystal? All these crystals? You put on your necks. That's right, I am. I do. That's what I do for a living. I've been doing it for 9 years. Hallmark had their first lesbian kiss. I was like, go on, Hallmark. So now if Hallmark starts doing it, then the soaps really are behind the times. They just had their lesbian kiss and had great success with it. They have gay characters on their movies now in Hallmark. So I'm like, see, now, I mean, and they've gotten flack too. Trust me, I work with Hallmark. They've gotten flack for it. That's why there's GAC Family, which is a Christian and will not do anything other than. But tell you folks, there are things they can do. They're choosing not to do them. They're choosing. I'm not giving them any leeway. I'm not going, well, no. I'm a writer. I'm a writer. I know I can write. I know Crystal. I know you want to hold on to this so bad. I know you do. If you so here's how I'll do this. Crystal, if you feel like that counts and that's good for you, then I'm not gonna I mean that's fine. I mean that's that if you feel like that's good. But I'm a gay person. That's not good enough for me. It doesn't count. So we're going to eternally just not agree. And I can almost tell you, any other gay person agree with me. We see it differently. This doesn't count. It doesn't. Again, just having gay characters on paper who barely ever show up. That you might as well have nothing. It's the same as nothing. Having beautiful black women on a show, but give them hardly any storyline. That's not this is not the 60s anymore, where Lieutenant Uhura, having her on screen, really was a statement. And Dr. Martin Luther King said to Nichelle Nichols, you can't leave the show because just you, Julia, with Diane Carroll, just having her on screen playing playing Julia the nurse, that was a big deal. So I mean, back in the day, yes, back in the 60s, 70s, there were some groundbreaking people who did stuff that it was having Billy Crystal play a gay guy on soap. That was him enough. That was enough. That was like, oh my goodness. But nowadays we should be further along, way further along than this, I think. So, but as an LGBTQI plus person myself, it doesn't count. And same as a black person, it doesn't count. You can have a whole shitload of black folks on your show, but if you're not using them to their advantage, it doesn't count. It's a waste. They might as well you just either don't have them on the show then at all, just don't have them at all, or have them on in meaningful ways. I guess that's I guess to me, that would count for something if they're really using them in meaningful ways in certain situations. And that would start to count for me. But like I said, I'm watching Christina and Blaze. It's Aiden. I'm curious to see how. Hi, Laura B. I want to see how they. I'm reserving judgment. I want to see how they work these two out. These three. I'm very curious to see how they write them. And right now, I'm liking it so far. So far, I'm liking it. So that counts a little bit, but it's a five. It's not. It's not. It's not. Yeah. No, I know. No, I know. We are. No, we are. We are. No, we are. No, we're having a discussion. Like I said, this is the. I'm. This is where you and I are having a discussion. I love it. I love this. See, this kind of stuff makes me happy. I can be silly, and I could do all this other stuff. But no, this is I like this. I mean, this has been fascinating, Crystal. I love it. No, thank you. I know you and I are fine. Like I said, we're fine. Um, so I'm just giving you're giving your perspective, I'm giving you my perspective. So in the end, I'm understanding where you're coming from, and hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. Like I said, you're probably not alone in your thoughts. There's probably other people who think the same way you do. I'm sure. You know. So no, we're fine. Like I said, I'm up to all opinions. We're all open. This discussion. This is nothing bad. Oh, Taraji P. Henson, Laura B. She's an award-winning actress. And she's talking about the pay disparity. It's like having a wheelchair use on GH. So I do is roam the halls. Exactly. I guess that's where I come. Yeah, somebody changed the thought. But yeah, no, this is great. Shit, my life sucks outside. So this is good. This is a great conversation. I can do this. I can do this all day long. I love it. But yeah, yeah. So I'm on. I mean, this is good. We can talk about it. See, I like other so people sometimes they get so like it's me and that's it. I'm like, no, let's talk about it. Shit. I mean, conversation. I mean, life doesn't change without conversation. Yeah, and not everybody's going to agree with. Not everybody's going to see everything the way you see it. So you have to. So I've learned that a long time ago. You have to have conversation. I like conversation. I mean, you're going to say. Tell me. Anybody in here? Like, tell me what you got. Tell me what you think. Shit. Well, my Zooms. We are like this too. My Zooms, where everybody gets a chance to talk. Crystal knows this. George, everybody knows this. You get a chance to talk. And it's very safe. It's a safe environment. We talk about everything. Everybody, you know, we're fine. Hey, we're fine, kid. Crystal Bush, you're not fine. You know that we're fine. Like I said, but I see where you're coming from. Hopefully, you can see where I'm coming from as a person of that marginalized group. Um, because again, I'm also black. I'm also Latino. I'm all these different things. So I'm feeling all of that. It's not enough. No, it's not enough of any of that. Like cheese and crack. We need more of all of it. But you and I agree. The cast is just two. It's just three people in the cast, and there has to be a rotation. There has to be a rotation. Like you see how she's right. Yeah. Well, the whole thing with Taraji, you have to watch the first 2 hours of this. We talk about how she's about to pay stuff. That's the thing, Laura. I think on my shows, I want us to have everybody have their opinions, be able to speak them, and we have an enlightened discussion. That's I mean, I love discussions. We may agree, disagree, may not agree on everything, but I want to make sure that it's a safe place we can talk. You feel a certain way, you feel a certain way. I'm like, okay, got it. But I will share with you how I feel. The only thing I don't do name calling. We don't do, all that kind of stuff. No, you have to leave. You start doing crazy stuff like that. But other than that, no, we're all just talking. Everybody just talking. I love it. I'm going to turn off my heater because it's a little too warm right now. I'm like, I'm starting. I'm ready to go sleep. So put the heater on. Okay, I'm back. Well, here's the thing. I agree, James. Well, Laura B, I will give you a free one if you want to come to one. Look at my underneath the video here is a list. Pick a Zoom you want to come to, and it's on me. Send me an email to Jay. Everything's below. You look below the video. I'd love for you to you come to one on me, so you can see what it's like. So go down to and pick one. It's a January, February. Pick one and see which one you want to come to. So beneath this video, I have the listing, or on my social media, of course. But yeah, check one, pick one, and then send me an email. Let me know. My thing is, I love discussion. The art of discussion is lost nowadays. Everybody's just yelling at each other, and people are just like, "It's my way or the highway," and that's it. Um, you may walk away still not agreeing with somebody. They're fucking crazy. However, comma, it's also kind of like, but there are things, but also people. I wonder what people are thinking because we're all in the same industry, so to speak. We're all. I'm curious what you're thinking. I'm curious what you're thinking. It gives me a broader perspective on things. You know what I mean? You go, oh, because I mean, when someone says something, they're not the only person saying it. There are folks who, and when I'm saying something, I'm saying there are people who do agree with what we're saying, feel the same way. So I get a chance to have a little people. Oh, okay, that's what's going on in the world. So I love it. There's 30 people watching. Hi, 30 people. I go, oh, thank you for 22 likes. Thank you. I like that. Thank you very much. I love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you very much. I love it. But yes, we have our the why behind what. Yeah, why behind the what, yes. Trust me, I will tell you, I will spill TD. I will tell you if I know something, I will tell you what I know a lot of times. I can't tell everything. But I tell a lot of things I know. So I say because I'm in the business and there's certain things I am privy to, um, I can share some stuff with you guys. Sometimes I can't, but a lot of times I can't share some stuff with you guys. So I will always tell. But also you get a chance to know what I stand for, what I'm behind, and that gives you more of a formed decision if you want to follow me still. I told this before, I lost a lot of viewers recently because of my viewpoints on a few things. And I'm like, bye, see you later, bye, bye. They were mean and rude, and I don't want those kind of people in my life. So I'm okay with losing viewers and whatever, subscribers, whatever, for that, because I will always, I'll make this very clear whoever watches this goddamn video. I will always stand up for my black women. I will always stand up for my Black men. I will always stand up for my Latino and other people of color and all in betweens. I'll always stand up for gender. I'll always stand up for LGBTQI plus, older, younger, colorism, weight issues. I will always stand up for all of that, always. And our allies who are maybe none of those things who support us. I support people who support me and support us. I will always do that. And it's got me in trouble. And recently I was in the news recently for something. And I was like, I support my friend. I support my friends. I do. I'm loyal. I'm very loyal. And so I'm outspoken. I'm tired of not saying, I say how I feel. I do. Whether you like it or not, I say how I feel. And you can take what I say and shove it up your ass or take it as, yes, I'll take it and love it or whatever. It's up to you. Because that's how life works. People give you their views, they say what you think, and it's up to you to process it. However you got to process it. But I will stand up for my friends. Yeah, no, so I'm gonna give Laura. I'm gonna let Laura B pick one. So yeah, you just pick one, girl. You have to cuddle. They're really. We have a good time. We have a good time. People attack each other because they can, right? Because they can, you know. And people think they're right. There are people who think they are right. And if they are right, they gotta let you know they're right, and you're all wrong. And there are folks, I think deep down, are scared or fearful of what they don't know, or what they think they know, or what they think is happening in relation to them. A lot of folks make everything about themselves. So you getting rights or you getting rights is affecting me. You know, that kind of thing. You know, I say, brave. Well, thank you. I've always I've always had a big mouth. Oh, hi, Coach Chandra comes in. As I say that, Coach Chandra comes in. I have a big mouth. I will always run it. And I'm fearless. I'm not afraid of anything. Fuck these people. Fuck these motherfuckers. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't give two fucks. I will stand up for what I believe in. No matter what it is. I mean, I will always stand up. And I will stand up. I said I will stand up for my friends and people in my life that I believe are being done wrong. And I know I got on a Zoom not too long ago, and I was crying. I was about how much I love my Black women and how I will always stand by my Black women. I don't care what it is. And I got emotional about it. And it's like it's the truth. I love my black women are my mothers and my grandmothers and my daughters and my sisters and my cousins. I'm not going to apologize for that. Not at all. No, not at all. No, not at all. You can't. I don't care what you say to me. But no, I'm going to support my Black women. We should be supporting Black women. We should be supporting women. Period. You know, we should be supporting all that. So I'm not gonna apologize for being specific in my support either. So I'm thanks for saying I'm brave, but that's how I can't stop it. That's how I am. I got a big ass mouth and I'm gonna run it. I've been doing it for the last 55 years of my life. I came out of the womb this way. So I feel bad for my mother and all them because I had a big mouth. I had a smart mouth too. But I find myself to be very smart, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be some quiet Negro. This is not happening. James is gonna lose his mouth for good, hopefully. And yes, sometimes I cuss and curse. That don't mean I don't have a brain. It don't mean I can't speak English. It don't mean I don't love God or whatever. But all that's in there. But sometimes I cuss. Sometimes it fucking feels good. And sometimes those words just fucking work. But I don't mean anything about my character either. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna accept that either. They're gonna cuss shame me either. I do sometimes. So they take that. Take that also. Take that. So I can be. Everybody can be many things at once. Yes they can. So nobody's better than anybody else. We are all part of the same village. So that's how I look at it. I'm no better than the rest of you guys. I'm just somebody who happens to have a platform and is on you. So that's what I did. Love big. Now I'll tell you, it was Tony. Yes. Oh, yes. Coach Sandra, you have to watch. I start out with Taraji P. Henson. and what she's saying right now and all this stuff. And we go into a lot. It's Coach, this is a very interesting episode. It's 2 hours long. Just put us on in the background, Chandra. Just listen because we talk about everything. Oh yeah, yeah. No Zooms. We go through all the emotions, laugh, cry, everything. Tony just said something that's kind of one of our inside jokes on our Zooms with Crystal. I'm waiting to see what Crystal says to him. But we have a good time in there, and we support each other. That's the main thing. We support each other. And same with my other shows. Tony, leave me alone. He said, "Tony, leave me alone." He said, "Tony, leave." I was waiting to see what Crystal was going to say. She said, "Leave me alone." You leave her alone, Tony. Stop it. That is hilarious. He said, "You know." But we have our inside jokes. We have things we talk. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of time. We have a lot of good fun. And there's Leopardess. You love my big mouth and a lot of these. Like, yes, love it. Yes, thank you. I'll always stand up for you guys. You know that. I'm going to, and I support. I stand up. So that's what we do. But if you're my friend, in my circle, no matter what you are, who you are, I will definitely, Oh Lord, watch the Emmy show, kids. Whew. Yeah, we spill it out. We spill it out. That was 2 hours too, kids. It goes by fast. I'm seriously, it goes by fast. And I'm telling you, there are people out there who admire me because they're like, how do you do this? Because there are a lot of hosts I know who couldn't come on here and just talk for 2 hours. It's just they can talk if they have a script or whatever thing, they can do it. But like me, just like, okay, what are we talking about? It's a gift. There are some folks who have it. They come on and just talk about whatever. So that's what we do. Other folks they have to kind of get into it. But I love talking to you guys and gals and everything in between. So you have some shows today to watch, folks. There's my Emmy show, daytime Emmy show. I also did today in between pages with Flobito. So me and Flobo have a show together today where I talk about my Christmas album and I get very emotional. So you're gonna see me crying, but let's warn you now. That shuts out today. And then I did a Star Wars show with my friend Ed Gage. So some good. So you have some material. I talk about my heavy metal past on that one. Love you more. You're like I was looking at some Louis Vuitton the other day, Leopardess. I got Coach instead. I'll show you some. I got this cute little Coach thing. It was on sale. It was originally like $100 and some. It was like $20. Look at this cute little Coach thing. Cute little bag. Had a paper inside of it, but it's cute. I like this color. I got it for like $20, and it's real Coach. Wait, might say it's real Coach. It's cute. But I was looking at the Louis Vuitton site too. While I was up there. It's kind of better than Louis Vuitton. I was over 3 hours. I know it was long. Oh hi, Andrea. I am loving Eaters right now, and I was like, I saw what happened. I'm like, she's back already. Um, thank you, Crystal. Yeah, Tony, I thought of you. I know you like you some Walker. That's our Buddy Walker. Yes, Walker is in the industry, and so is Jerry Waggett. Jerry was writing for Survivor Weekly and on all those shows. So he's a historian. And Walker's a host like I am, so I've known Walker for years. And Walker will do whatever I want for me. So thank you. How is mom and auntie? Like I was saying earlier, Leopardess, it's not a good time for any of us. It's just my family's going through it still. It's without my stepdad, my mom and aunt are still recovering. They're almost dying. Both of them almost dying. My one aunt's in lots of pain right now. My mom is in different kinds of pain emotionally and whatever. So it's gonna be even though I decorated for Christmas, all this stuff, I'm not having a Christmas this year. I haven't had Christmas in like 5 years. So it's been just a crazy, it's just a mess. But we're all holding on to each other and It's just they're hanging in there. They're strong women. They're hanging in there. It's just tough. Yes, I've always said, Laura, I have a lot of content. I tell people if you can't keep up with me, I totally get it. I totally get it. I say it's your chance now. There'll be less stuff coming out the next couple of weeks to go back and watch stuff. I know, Andrew. I'm like, who's gonna die? I can't. I go back and forth on who I think is gonna be. They're like, no, it can't be him. No, it can't be. I keep going back and forth. Andrea, it's crazy. This show hasn't been this good in so long. Oh my god! And homegirl who plays Suki is such an actress. I love her. Oh, it's rough, folks. I put on a smile on my face and I walk through the day. Trust me, it's not easy. I have my moments where I fall apart um, daily, but I have to handle so much. I have to handle everything. So I'm just like, handle it. It's been a long year, and I've been through it. And some of you guys know how it feels, so you know how it feels. But I'm trying. I'm trying to help mental health. I'm trying. It's not really easy, but I have good folks in my life who are trying to be there, like my Flobo. We're going to spend the day together on Saturday. He's going to do a surprise for me for Christmas, and then and Tony Moore and stuff. For I so Sherry, for me, it's on a weird station in Los Angeles at a certain time of day. So if I don't know what how you can get it in Las Vegas, but I have cable. It's on one of my weirdest stations that I get EastEnders. It is yeah. This is too obvious. I think he's hot. I think he's so hot. I love him. He's an Indian actor. I love him. I think he's hot. It's just too obvious. Too obvious. So that's how I get it. I don't know how you guys. I don't know how you would get it. I don't know because in San Francisco and in LA they had on these weird channels. That's how I started watching EastEnders. You know, back in the '90s, when I first started. What's funny was so I worked at a retail clothing store and in San Francisco in the '90s, and we had a lot of tourists. San Francisco was a very tourist town, and all the British folks that would come would be like, "Oh my god, you look like this guy named Sam on EastEnders." I'm like, what's EastEnders? I had no idea what that was. It was EastEnders, the soap, and blah blah. You look like Sam. You look like Sam. You look like Sam. I got that all one summer. Then one day, I was looking through the channel. Back then, it was like channel 58 at like 2 in the morning on a Tuesday. There was show 2 episodes of EastEnders. So I taped back then. I was taping. I set up for tape. I started watching it, and I was like, the guy who played Sam did look like me. I'm like, oh my god, we looked related, kind of. I go, he must be of Caribbean descent because that's where I kind of look like them. And I started watching it because of him, and I started getting into Tiffany and Bianca and Phil. And I got into the whole. I got into it. So I got to Ian Beale, and I got into the whole thing. Then I was hooked. And those were the good old days with Frank and other. Oh my god, it was the good old days. So I started watching EastEnders. Then we had BBC here. We get BBC. Then we get BBC America and also. So we started getting EastEnders on that. But it's always been on these weird stations. We get these weird like public stations. They would have it on. So that's how I'm able to watch it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you guys are to be able to watch it. So I love it. Your Jews have Coach too. I know. I have Coach bags. There's some other ones I want, but I was like, this is cute. Smells good. Smells good. Yeah, EastEnders. I don't watch whole. I was watching EastEnders. They used to show Casualty. That's always a medical drama, and I loved Casualty. I loved the opening, the whole thing, with the shattered glass coming together, and they so Casualty. So I know those two. Then the station I used to watch would have Neighbors. So I know those, and I've heard of Coronation. I've heard of Holios. I've never watched any of those. So someone says some are available on YouTube. Do you think they actually will kill? I mean, so, Andrea, do you think they'll actually kill Phil after all these years? Like all these years? So you watching Days? I'm not caught up in Days, so I can't talk about it with you. But I know Days is a so Leopardess, my guy, edition Days. They had Peter Port on and Jackie, what's her name, and do it's a drag queen. They had her on too last week. So you can check out edition Days. They talk to them. You watch it on YouTube, you guys. They're saying you watch it on YouTube. I think I'm following Easters on YouTube. I never watched the episodes on there. He has. I know he has. I know he has. I mean, like the character, like when they actually do it. But isn't Homeboy his kid? And all that drama. I was like, Phil's having children. Great Emmy show. JLJ kind of glossed over GH drama win series, third win in a row. The voting just let them see GH. Do we have nothing to say? I mean, we on our show we talk about what we want to talk about, what we feel is worthy of note. Um, they won. I mean, I don't. To me, it's not the best show on television last year. But they submitted some episodes and they won them. So yeah, so the voting judges must love them. Yeah, Chris, I agree with you. I had nothing to say. I mean, we had nothing kind of to say about it. Marshall and Phyllis. I mean, they haven't shown Phyllis in ages. Like I said, they have a lot of black folks on their show, but they're not showing half of them. Otherwise, it went to the ether. Phyllis is with Zeke and Taggart. They're somewhere out there somewhere. Sean was the only one that actually left the show. They had to leave the show. But they're out there somewhere. And there's still no young black members on the show, like Trina's age. They're showing TJ a lot. They're giving him storylines, so that's good. But I'm just like, it's yeah. But nobody cares about his storyline. I don't mind if Marcia and Stella got together. I wouldn't be upset. I would not be upset. If they put them together, I wouldn't be upset. Maybe I'm having three conversations at once. Um, but yeah, if I get 35 people watching, thank you. Hopefully, you are subscribed to my channel. I think everybody in here is, but just in case you aren't, subscribe to my channel while you're here. A button. I made over 4,000. I get the fuck. The Emmy should be more equitable. However, drama series where most goes for less than one. I know, Chris. Yeah. I'm an Emmy judge, Emmy voter. Like we said on our show, I really do take the time to the nominees and I go through the whole thing. I think a lot of folks don't do that. They're busy. It's an arduous process. They just pick what they feel. They just pick. I think they do. I think it's a flawed system. It's been flawed for years. I mean, they've had to revamp this system so many times over the years, Chris. It's crazy. That's all public knowledge. It's like this is not anything especially AT. Um, I think Bold should have won. That's just me. Or Days. One of those should have won. But they're like the stepchildren. They don't always win. So that's what I think. Yeah. But did they kiss? I thought they got close. I thought they did this. Well, they got close to kissing. I thought. Phyllis sort of disappeared and left town. I don't think they told us what happened with Phyllis. I don't think they did. You're giving us a story. They don't think they told us. Well, folks, it's time for me to go. I've been on for almost 3 hours. I've really enjoyed this morning's conversations. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed it. This is why I come on here. You guys get it. You get it. We said let's get it going. We got it going. So thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the likes, for everything. Sign up for stuff. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow morning too. I'm gonna try to come on. So we'll see if I can again. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. Love coming on. But I love all of you. Love my Lotties. You guys are amazing. And I will talk